everyone. Welcome back.
I'm never expecting it.
Do you know what you also never expect? The
What?
Spanish Inquisition.
It's
But here we are.
And here
And
we
here their main
are.
weapons are surprise and fear.
Yeah. Surprise, fear, and...
And a ruthless
And fearful
efficiency.
surprise.
Yeah. God, the three
Speaking of
weapons are
efficiency.
surprise, fear, and ruthless efficiency.
And an almost fanatical devotion to the poet.
Their true weapon are four.
Amongst our weapons are such diverse elements as... I'll cover it again.
No, I'm just...
I
Look,
love that
I'm going to
skit
tell
so
you all a
much.
story. That once upon a time, one Christmas, many, many years ago, my younger brother was gifted a full box set of the entirety of the Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Oh.
I love that.
And my younger brother asked, "What is this? I've never heard of this." And I sat there gawking. And
You're gonna learn.
And then I proceeded to hand my little brother some money, and I was then the proud owner of a full box set of the Monty Python's Flying Circus. And I watched
every
all
time.
of it so
Excellent.
many times.
I'm so proud of you.
But welcome in, everyone. If you can't tell, I'm a bit under the weather, so we'll see.
Because it's raining.
It's the rain, yeah.
Thank you. That'll be all for this week. We'll see you next Monday.
Today, I'm gonna read you all a story. The story is
Is that
called
what we normally do?
The Downfall of Natural 30s.
Oh my god.
Also known
downfall
as
like the rain.
It's alright, chat. It can't go down. We won't let it. It's fine. We've all signed
Alvarell
contracts in
and
blood. It
Forrest
can't.
accidentally fell overboard and were never seen.
So a
again.
flock of migrating swallows.
Oh, African or European swallow.
No, these are
Assassin swallows.
Requelgian swallows.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
as you look around, there are no traces of them have ever been there.
Oh, God.
They're suddenly dead.
Traceless swallows. Oh god, imagine the traceless were just a flock of small birds.
Oh,
That-
Lord.
What if they're on the ship already? We just don't know.
What if the person we just hitchhiked onto the ship is one of them?
That could be very
Oh,
true.
These
What
are-
if Morel
That's a
brought the
far
assassin?
more realistic thing.
Tinker
Well-
will never let you live it down. Never, ever,
I
ever.
know. I know.
These are so many
Tinker
good
will let it down 'cause
names
it'd
we're
be
throwing
dead.
around. Maybe we should give everyone a face and a voice to attach to all
Oh, why
of these
not?
names.
Oh.
Introduce ourselves. Hello,
Oh.
everyone. I'm Josie Poser. Under the weather, it's apparently raining on me. We're going down because there's a downfall. Ha ha ha, weather jokes. And I'm weathering the storm of these people's bad jokes.
Hey!
I am the DM for this campaign. I welcome you all to sit down, watch, enjoy, have a good time. I'm joined, as always, by friends. I'm going to throw it to the not invisible, but suddenly one dimension less than the rest of us, Wettersdorp. Who's muted.
He was
It's very
muted.
muted.
And I was muted because I am that great. I am Orb. I play Trish. She's our bard. She's also a dragonborn, if you couldn't tell. And
Couldn't tell.
yes.
I didn't know.
We all learned something today.
I just
Next.
love that. Oh, it's me. I was talking last. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Cuddly Raptor. I play Morel. Last time we learned that Morel's not a real name, so she might actually have a last name.
No.
And she's
That
our
would make her a
speaker.
nerd.
I'm looking
That would
forward to
make her a
it.
nerd.
Nerd.
She might be a nerd.
Absolutely
Yeah.
a nerd.
Last names are for nerds.
Secret nerd.
Yeah, and she's our Gavinite homebrew sorcerer.
Oh shit, she's a secret nerd.
She's a secret nerd, aren't we all?
Nerds in disguise.
Hmm.
Oh, but who's sitting next to you, Cuddly?
Oh,
Oh, me. Hi. You might know me as Roju, or you might know me as Participation Award in the chat.
I don't know.
But in the game, you will know me as Forrest Barkley, who's our Goliath Paladin.
Wait, who are you again?
Me. I'm dead, is what I am.
Oh, no.
I've punned my last pun.
Yeah. That's why you're about to be, I don't know, I guess crushed by nuts.
Deluge of coconuts.
These nuts? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
That's a lot. Of
Okay, last but not least, we got the Fro Man himself, Mr. Finance McGee.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Aussie Defro. Apparently, the Fro Man and also Finance McGee.
No, Mr. Finance
Mr.
McGee.
Finance
Yeah.
McGee. Sorry, my bad.
Don't forget the title.
However, for this campaign, I don't play any of those characters. I play Tinker Slobbersnout, the party's oh-so-lovable, oh-so-chaotic Kobold Artificer. He will either blow you up with his cannon, melt you with his highly acidic saliva, or,
There's
well,
another
we'll just leave that one.
A secret
to
third
your,
thing?
your imagination.
Okay.
And then the
There is
fourth
no
one is
third
Profit.
thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we weren't here last week because I was away. And as part of being away, I'm gonna throw out a little fun tidbit here. Here's me. Watch as my nose grows as I'm bragging.
Okay.
Anyone heard of the new game that just released called Split Fiction?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine who I hung out with at the party last weekend actually has worked on it. So I'm just
cool.
gonna.
That's cool.
Yeah. I
That's
played,
really cool.
because I played the last game, It Takes Two. And that was
So
really
good.
good.
So good. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Corbin
that.
Cutley played it
Okay.
on stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
they
should
also
know
did,
Split Fiction. I don't, but obviously I should.
They also did
It's all your
that
fault.
jail escape one. What was that called again?
It was,
Which one?
yeah,
The one where another co-op game, but you busting out of prison and
Oh,
that was also really good.
yeah.
Are you changed together with like 3 other people?
No,
Not that one. Okay.
No, that's
Not
called
that
Chained Together, and that's a completely different game.
Oh. As I thought I had it.
You
Anyway.
thought, but you didn't.
I thought.
Anyway, we have a quick announcement. We know we've been, because of things having happened, the new year, new things. You know, as we always say, there's things happening in the background. We're doing things and stuff. I'm saying things a lot. I gotta stop. I blame the sickness that I'm down with because I'm down under the weather.
I stopped myself.
Ooh,
I stopped myself.
It's all right. I can take over the small announcement.
Yeah,
if you want me to,
go,
Josie.
go,
That-
please.
That help? Let's give you. She's dead. All right. Well, that's good because that leads into this nicely. So yeah, for this month's one shot, turns out I'm DMing the one shot. Who knew?
Wow.
Not me. Wait, no, I did know. But yes, I'm DMing the one shot. It will be. We have the date, but the time might vary depending on where you are, obviously. But it will be on Saturday, the 29th of March. So essentially, the last Saturday of March, our time.
Cool.
But as I said, times will vary for you guys. So yeah, you've got to be subbed to the channel for this month. So if you are already subbed, then you're in. You're in. If you want to play, you're in the running for it. If you're not subbed and you want to play one shot, DM'd by yours truly. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Because
know it's
we
gonna be
have not
good.
had. Yeah, we haven't had one shot in 2 months, and the last one was actually cuddly.
Oh
at the
shit!
end.
I've got so much to live up to. Oh no!
You don't. You really don't. Anything will be a step
Cuddly
up.
shouldn't downplay herself. She did a great job.
That's what I'm
she
afraid
did a
of.
I hear
phenomenal
everyone had
job.
fun.
Honestly,
You'll be fine.
first time DMing and mostly, I won't say strangers, but people you haven't really been around, like not close friends. It's really hard, and you did a great job.
Stop.
You did a great job.
There you go.
Keep it going.
Also, Denny was there, which was awesome.
We love Denny.
Denny, I think Denny killed like every enemy we ran into.
Yeah. Look, I
That sounds
will
about right.
say DMing's great because the players were so great. Hey, there we go.
Oh wow!
Run it back.
Who knows, maybe-
Speaking of playing,
Maybe this would be a pacifist one shot.
Maybe,
no
maybe.
killing. You know?
maybe Aussie just goes all out on puzzle solving instead. Like there are no enemies except your own shortcomings.
Or my shortcomings, you know, either way.
But hey, well, there will be shortcomings for sure as we get into tonight's episode of Sammantis. No,
Wow.
that's still not the one.
That's
The Quintessence of Sammantis Chronicle. As I said yesterday during last night's game, I wrote the title, never remembered the title.
No.
Who wants to see an
But,
intro?
yeah,
I do.
roll the
I wanna
quick
see it.
reviews,
I wanna see
Dave.
the- I wanna see it.
All right.
Go, go,
Well,
go,
so
go.
enjoy the intro.
Happiness is like the tide. It comes and goes. Just remember, it always comes back to you. If you just wait past the ebb, and joy will flow back. Wavekin proverb / saying.
That's so cute.
Last time on the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle, the party left Hague post-haste as they found out it was no longer safe. Just before leaving, Vanya came on board, and the group discussed what to do next, among revealing not the truth hidden behind lies, but revealing that there were in fact still things hidden among the group from each other. Vanya decided to ignore the fact that the scrap one was laying dead on Mirel's floor, but they all looked over the sea charts, the maps, and decided on a course to take. A detour to avoid the unmarked military stronghold of Hague, and then return to the mainland and trek by foot north to Cambol, where they were hoping to arrive in time to find the Azure Horizons, a ship of air pirates who apparently had some knowledge pertaining Eobard, Forrest's lost family member. With the lack of direction, they all agreed that this is what they would do now. The first day out at sea went without any greater trouble, but on the second day, just early afternoon, Hull Eater, the Leviathan ship that they were all traveling on, pointed out that there was a hitchhiker. Mirel swam down under the ship and found a wavekin. Someone with many features like that of a fish. Instead of hair, there were fins, this pale, almost translucent skin. These vibrant but pale colors all over their body. As now, on the deck of the ship, as all of you are standing there ready, just in case something happens, Lagoa has presented themselves. Lagoa stands there, just looking around, having just spoken to you in broken common, and was invited to greet the ship. Because Lagoa, they had mentioned that the ship had a familiarity to it, that there was something strange about it that draw them in.
Tinker, as he starts sort of like removing the cannon from pointing over the the edge of the ship and sort of putting his crossbow away, sort of grumbling to himself. Oh, it's all right when Morel brings people on board the ship, but when I bring people on board, it's like, no, Tinker, don't bring people on board the ship. And he's just sort of grumbling.
Morel is standing right behind you. She moves over very quietly, and she just touches you on the shoulder and says, "Keep the crossbow out,
Oh,
just in case."
okay. To which Tinker doesn't keep the crossbow out, but just hops aboard his cannon.
Fair enough. That's weapon this, weapon that. It's fine.
Remind me, how does the cannon actually move? Does it got like this little leggies?
It does have little leggies. So, for those of you who might have forgotten, it's essentially Tinker's overly large backpack, which is kind of like a backpack maybe designed for forest, but Tinker wears it. And he pulls a ripcord and sort of like flaps open up and little sort of mechanical legs, come out from the bottom, and it kind of like crawls along.
Oh, like little, like kind of like little crabby legs.
Yeah, like little crabby.
Ah, okay, cool.
Are there like 6 of them?
No, I've always imagined there's only 3 of them, actually.
Three
A
of them.
tripod.
Oh, he's a
Okay.
little tripod boy.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love it.
And then it's got various modes. You've seen one
Oh.
where flaps open on either side, and it's like a force cannon.
I'm suddenly like getting Droideka vibes.
Yeah, very droid to cover vibes. Yep.
I missed the shield one. The
The shield
shield one. I missed it.
Little throws tiny
Just
shields at
spitting.
people.
Hey, hey,
Hey, take
Hey.
one, take one.
Yeah.
hey, you. Want to buy a shield?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining them like small guitar pick sized, and they're just like
Yeah.
pih, 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 pih.
Ding, ding.
It's just like a little conveyor belt, and they're just like it's set intervals. They're just rolling off the production line.
Tinker's improved that design. It's now got a little arm where it can like throw them a little bit further.
And I'm gonna
It
get.
will also
shot
poke
by a
you in
shield.
in the ribs if you don't accept them.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
take your shield, will you?
Take it.
But this time it is in force cannon mode, so it's just got that one flap open. That it doesn't have a barrel, just an open, overly large open flap. That when you look inside, it's nothing. You cannot see anything. It's just dark.
darkness.
Yep.
Darkness.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so he's riding
Cool,
on top of it around the ship.
Lagoa looks around. Definitely a bit like there's a mix of curiosity, hesitation, caution, and then turns to Mirel and says in Primordial, says, "You said I could meet the ship. I would very much like to talk to them.
Them? Eat
Could you explain? It just feels strange."
I will let them explain. And she is talking back in Primordial because she just assumes that that's the better language to communicate
Tinker,
in.
do you know what they're saying?
I think I do, Forrest.
Oh,
I think the newcomer. Think they might be up to something.
Where can I meet them?
Follow me. And Morel will turn back and say, Lagoa would like to meet Hold Eater.
Oh, see, I told you. Up to
Oh.
something.
And I see no reason not to.
I'll come with you.
And Morel just nods and leads the way.
Lagoa definitely has the air of a guest, doesn't really do much of anything unless being instructed to, but follows Mirel. Where are you leading them?
Mirel will go to the cabin, the captain's cabin. Assuming that she probably left the door a little bit ajar, but she will actually knock on it, and just say, "Hold there.
Yes.
Are you
Are you
also
decent?
meeting a guest?
A guest?
The guest you felt earlier."
I mean, sure.
All right. And then she'll open the door and sort of step through and then step aside and gesture them in. She does. If anyone else is coming, it can be a party in there. Like, I don't know. Forrest is coming for sure, but I don't know if Tinker would
Tinker is taken as sort of sidled over to Trish and is kind of like beckoning Trish to come back to the edge of the boat.
looking for more fish people
Check for
down
more.
there.
Yeah, Trish goes, all right. He follows. She follows.
Just keep an eye out. I don't trust them. They just, it's too convenient. Oh, they just happened to bump into us, and now we're letting them on the boat. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Neither do I. Hang on, we agree on something?
Oh, we agree on a lot of things. I just don't let you know that we agree on them.
Wow.
She sort of gives you a side eye.
Inside the captain's quarters, where now Forrest has entered, Mirel let Lagoa enter. Lagoa immediately just stares at the taxidermy fish hanging on the wall. As Hold Eater goes, "Well, aren't you a pretty little one?" And Lagoa just stares at this fish talking.
I want to roll insight. You know what? No, I want to do... Have I done detect thoughts yet? No, I'll just roll insight. I just want to know
Okay, make an insight check.
what's the, yeah. Da-da-da. Oof. 11?
11. Lagoa just looks thoroughly confused. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
what is happening? There's not much else. You can't really tell any thought processes. It's just like, what?
Huh?
Huh?
As they probably should be. Mirel will prompt in Primordial, you can speak our language.
And Hold Eater goes, "Welcome aboard. What brings you upon this vessel? This vessel that is I." And Lagoa just stares. You are part of the ship? You are the ship? I am so confused. How did this happen? Did they do this to you? And just like looks at Forrest.
No.
Well, actually, kind of yes, but like not entirely.
In a way.
Current
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
And Hold Eater will respond, No. It was a long time ago I chose to take this guise to hide myself from the landwalkers. And Lagoa just nods. I have seen many of Leviathan change, but this is different. So this is simply a mouthpiece. You are the ship. That is correct. My being is permeated throughout the entirety of this vessel. It is as much a part of me as it is not. Like the shell of a crustacean. If it breaks, it hurts me. But it is also part of me. But I can survive without it. It is hard to explain. It is an odd sensation. Lagor just looks at this very clearly taxidermied fish that has stitches along its belly and beady little eyes. And Lagor just nods I see. That is so interesting. I can't wait to see what else will happen. It is definitely something new I experience every day. And Lagoa turns around after giving a small bow almost, a curtsy towards Hold Eater, and asks, "Where are you all headed?" I don't want to intrude, but if we're going the same direction, maybe I could linger for a little bit of a time.
Where are you going? Oh, they're not speaking common, are they?
No,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
not.
I just realized they were speaking too cleanly for it to be common.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot the name of the place where we're going.
Well, we're not really going to a place.
We're not really-
We were
yeah,
just
we're-
kind of swinging south and then southeast a little bit and then
Yeah,
Morel
back
would
north,
probably give
right?
a vague direction, but
Yeah.
not a landfall, because
Okay.
it's still a little bit she would be "Oh, we are, following the coast for a time," or something like that. Following the coast east, maybe, and we intend to land at some point along those lines,
Okay.
without giving an exact location. But then in turn, she will also translate for Forrest because he's there, so that he can at least keep in with the conversation. Then she'll say, "You are far from your waters, are you not?"
I put my notes somewhere and I lost them. There we go. I circumvented the burn some time ago, and I spent a few years with some of the faithful near the city of Rust. But they were leaving as their faithful Leviathan was also leaving just yesterday. And I was following the currents when I felt a familiarity. I never would have expected a ship that was a Leviathan. But no, I am heading far, far to the east.
You're
Where-
not going with them.
No, I am not. I am the free soul. I stayed with them for their hospitality and for some company, but I plan on travel to the east to visit some distant family.
Okay, that's fine. I want to roll another insight check.
Oh, what are you inciting?
I don't think you have family in the East. Bullshit. I think you're General Gut Wrench's friend. I know his
Who
Oh
are
my
you
God.
referring to?
Tell me exactly who you're visiting in the East.
Oh, natural play.
Shit. I'm gonna let you know they seem to be completely honest. There's nothing that you can tell that would indicate lies. in anything that was just spoken.
Hmm.
Maybe you would tell that there's like downplaying some things, like skipping over, like how someone would just be like, I'm just gonna give you the vague general. I'm not gonna give you any details.
Fair
There's
enough. That's what I
definitely-
did. So yeah.
Yeah, but definitely no. Like the body language doesn't signal any deceit. Nothing about the way that they are speaking.
Okay. And just in Cuddly's brain, okay, because they said that they were staying with the faithful,
Yes.
and they just okay. So okay.
Who's that?
The scrapped one's followers.
It's the Scrapman's followers.
they left
Just left with a giant
You
freaking
can
Leviathan.
actually make me a culture check, if you will, Mirel.
Okay, I would love to. Oh, I wouldn't love to.
No,
No,
Wow.
you're free
That's
to
a-
make any assumptions you want.
thank you. They left on a giant Leviathan. Maybe there's more than one.
Maybe.
No, that's okay. Muriel is operating under the assumption that they stayed with the Scrapped One's followers, whether for hospitality or other purposes, unknown. But knowing this, she will.
Murder.
Murder is always an option, but first I'm thinking maybe Tinker can clean up his little fucking project in the kitchen.
Just don't take it to the kitchen.
And
It's
it's not in the kitchen, but it is in the dining room.
It's in the dining room. Like,
It's a
we can't have
meeting
a
room
dead
slash
man in the
dining
dining room,
room
guys.
slash-
Okay.
What?
Project
Tinker-
room.
Tinker's mess is going to slowly expand
Arts and
throughout
craft
the whole...
studio.
Okay, so knowing this and like being like, okay, interesting, cool. I think we could probably take you as far east as we go. You are free to also leave when you need.
I might not stay for much longer then. I plan on catching the currents that head south before I round the tip of the Amberlands. And then I'm heading east. But if you ever swing by the volcano of Goldflow, you let me know.
Gold flow.
Cool. Okay. Of course. It would be good to see another friendly face.
It would. And I...
Yep.
So I don't want to overstay my welcome.
Oh, never.
I would like to not get closer to the coast as things are.
I see. Of course. Well, I'm glad you could meet our friend, our ship.
Yes.
Um,
It was very pleasant meeting. Hold Eater.
do I kill them? Nope, it's fine. Everything's fine.
From the outside, you would hear Trish sort of get a think, oh, I think someone's right there. Shoot right there.
Okay! Tinker fires his cannon.
Lovely fruit.
He just gave him an excuse.
There's suddenly a loud splashing sound outside.
What was that?
I'll
go
give you
check.
3 guesses.
I'll exit the cabin and run out.
Did I get him? I'm not too sure if I did.
Tinker,
God.
Trish, what was that?
Tinker, Trish thought she saw someone, so I fired the cannon.
Where?
I don't know, in the water.
Peering over the edge.
All 3 of you. That's so funny. Okay, while you're out there, Mirel will kind of go talk to Lagoa again and just say, well, she's also going to include Hold Leader in this conversation because, Hold Leader's part of the conversation. And she's going to kind of bring up the fact that this isn't really a normal thing and that Hold Leader may like to remain unknown. And she'll just be like, she'll be like, sometimes,
Oh.
Hi, Trish.
Oh,
Potentially, this was maybe going to happen.
This is...
let me do the
Josie's got the thing. Don't worry.
I've got the thing. If Rodu's ready to do the thing,
I mean,
so people,
is hopefully.
the thing,
Hey.
the thing.
Hey, the thing.
Oh, but he's back
no!
Everything's great.
All right, there we go. Fixed.
Sorry,
no, wait,
sorry.
almost
The
not
internet
quite
just
fixed.
dropped for some reason.
No, that's okay.
You better pick it up then.
I'm
I
leaving.
picked it up, I
You know
fixed
what?
it.
I'll just switch you guys live. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Fix it in.
free.
Woo!
I ascended.
Fix it in.
Why
Fred.
is Cuddly? Why was Cuddly?
Pay
in
no
Ozzy's
attention to the man
back?
behind the
No,
curtain.
all right,
the man behind the
It's
curtain.
Bro. I play Tinker Slobber Snout. The
Well,
chaotic, keen-minded, artificer.
you've been put in your actual spot.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back
Back to
to...
your place, Cuddly.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Everyone to your assigned seats, please.
Alright, yeah, Mirel is going to acknowledge Hold Leader and sort of nod that, like, Hold Leader can join this conversation at any time, but say, because this form is not often seen, Hold Leader may want to keep some discretion, if you understand.
I understand. I will keep the secret of the one who holds on to it, eats what is within the hand. And, like, speaks Hold Eater's full name. With a little bit of reverence, but also
Some
like,
respect
respect.
on his name.
Yeah, like, it's still a Leviathan. It could still kill me if it wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to die.
They haven't seen the engine room yet, so... Yeah.
I will repay your kindness of allowing me on board with a warning. The Leviathan that the faithful were following was strange. It had gone through a change that was not of its own will.
Oh.
And there was something wrong with its eyes. They did not see as eyes do. Whenever it would swim above us, the Sky Seamer would feel with its eyes.
The Sky Seamer.
Okay.
It was a very disconcerting feeling, like faint seaweed just carefully moving across my skin. I did not appreciate it at all. The people were nice enough that I stayed, but it was definitely not Leviathan as I would know them.
I understand. Thank you for the warning. We will watch for it on our travels.
Yes.
We will help if we can.
I don't know if it needs help, or if what the faithful around it do, but it felt wrong. It did not feel holy, like it was one of the sea. And when it said Sky Seamer, it was like with Hold Eater's name. There was a deeper meaning to the name itself. While it could be abbreviated to Sky Seamer, its full name would have been Sky from Below, Sea from Above.
Ah. Oh, that kind of sea. I got it.
Yes, so sea with a EA.
S-E-A. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought like a sea. I don't know what I thought. Anyway, I should have assumed ocean themed.
Yes, Sky Seamer.
Always assume fish, guys. Always assume fish.
It's fish. But you also know that it's basically a giant, massive manta ray.
Yeah.
Speaking of fish, a large fish goes by Hold Eater, spooks Tinker, and you hear another, large splash from outside. I think I got that one. How many of the buggers are there?
Can
he
Trish
actually
roll
got
to see the
fish.
fish?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I'm not sure the fish are attacking us, Tinker.
You don't know that.
True.
And
I mean, it
you look
could've been
over
a fish.
this. Could have been a fish. Could have been some flotsam. Could have been a shark. Who knows? Could have been just a shadow.
Whatever it was, I got it.
Sure you did, buddy. Sure you did.
Good job, I guess.
Thank you. And Tinker puffs out his chest.
Pay no mind to them. They like to have fun, but if you are under the surface, they will not shoot.
I hope so.
You don't know me.
Well, they can
Unless
try
they call for it.
occasionally. I will not be clinging to your hospitality any longer. I appreciate having met Holdita and you. I can tell that you are from home, and it has been nice seeing someone with a familiar air.
It is. I didn't realize I
is-
missed it.
One will always miss home, I've learned. I shall be heading off.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Trish is going to come pat them on the back. I hope you do, travel safely. And she's going to try and sneak a spell onto them. Fly.
You're casting fly on the fish? Holy shit. I'm gonna need you to make a sleight of hand and deception roll.
So you just walked into the captain's quarters. Like,
Hey, how's it going? You can fly
just
now.
trying
Bye.
to, like
just
casually start like an intercontinental war between like this person could go
Well-
back and tattle on us.
The whole idea was I was hoping to, I cast it on them as they go to jump back in the ocean, but I have to touch them. So,
Yeah.
We
so,
might be moving out rather
yes,
than.
there's sleight of hand.
Yeah, the sleight of hand and deception. This is to hide the fact that you're casting a spell, unless you want to be
that's
super
21.
obvious about it.
21, and deception's all the way up here.
Why do I feel like you're gonna be good at deception again?
Oh, I mean,
Some
Okay.
a bit wrong.
actually, Trish, nah, it won't be worth pushing it, will it? Oh,
I
It
don't
would be
know,
really
that's all
funny
up to
if
you.
we went through all that and I like counterspelled it.
so
Which I don't have.
Trish will push on a 1d4.
Okay,
Oh my God.
okay. Oh,
Was it a 4?
Oh.
So,
okay. Yeah, so as Lagoa is starting to exit the cabin, they take a hand. They have some knickknacks hanging around their body. And there's this almost rolled up seaweed tube that's slung around like a purse that they unfold, and you can hear the sound of things. And there's also a bit of seawater just spills onto the deck of the ship from inside. takes out a little pristine, shining, beautiful pearl and hands it to you, Miranda, and says, "You are so very brave to travel with people from beyond the Rand. I hope that once again our peoples can live together. Where I'm going, they have started to try. I will do what I can to help them. You keep this, and you give it back to me when we meet next time."
I will.
Thank you. And then Lagoa says, "Goodbye, everyone. All one."
Goodbye.
All one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes. Goodbye. Tinker says, "Well,
He's like suspicious.
And then Lagoa's definitely like, are they making fun of me or actually saying goodbye? I can't tell. It goes to just jump off the side of the ship as Trish sneaks up and very, very daintily, almost unnoticeably, puts a hand on Lagoa and then just blurts out a couple of words like, in the middle of a sentence, completely not hidden. And Lagoa just turns around, "What was that? And just starts like floating away. What?
Tinker,
happened?
Tinker, they can fly. They're a witch.
No.
Trish, what?
Oh,
What?
How to react to that orb?
wait. Only kidding. And then Lagoa will put a hand into the pouch again, grab what looks like a few seashells, and just very powerfully crush them in their hand and go just sprinkle them over themselves. And saying, "You should not use magic on stranger. We'll get you in trouble." And then there's just a little like ripple effect and they just fall. As Lagoa casts Dispel Magic. And just plummets down into the water.
Now that's more suspicious than the actual flying part of it.
And you just see, like, just under the waves now, this figure almost disappearing there. Only the red markings on their body really showing through the, like, where the waves and the churning water, the surface continuously breaking from the rain. As they
Look,
swim
Tinker, a
away.
fish.
Tinker's concentrating incredibly hard on watching the figure. Do any other figures join up?
Make a perception check. Oh,
He doesn't even respond to Trish.
What'd you do that for, Trish?
You know, it gets boring on the boat. Sometimes you gotta make some fun.
17.
I don't think they-
17. They are diverting from the path you are taking with Hold Eater, but as far as you can track them with your eyes, you don't see any other shape tagging along.
That means we got the others. Good job.
I didn't think they liked to fly, Trish.
Yeah, that was weird. Why'd you do that?
I was
So,
bored making
What's
fun.
What's
You
a
were bored?
witch?
You were bored. I'm firing a cannon into the water and you're bored.
Well, I'm not doing the shooting. You are.
You can if you want.
I can shoot your cannon.
Yeah.
Trish is like
Yeah.
trying to climb on top of the backpack.
No, you don't need to. Get off. You don't need to climb on. It's just here. Take this. And Tinker holds out a rope, but you have no
A
idea.
leash?
A leash, yeah. It's like you have no idea where it's come out of. It's just he just holds you the leash. He goes, yank on this.
She yanks it so friggin' hard with all her might.
Tinker's just handed you a random bit of rope. You go flying backwards because it's not attached to anything.
Make a dexterity
Damn it.
saving throw, please, Trish, if you would.
Bam. Bam.
Yeah, you're on your ass on the ground.
Is that exciting enough for you?
He got you good.
There,
With-
just having a bit of fun.
Yeah, with that, Vanya comes back up.
You take that sleep spell.
Bang.
You can't. Wait, excuse me, I'm full health. Sleep does nothing.
I was trying to put your backpack to sleep.
It's not a living
Don't know what
body.
backpacks
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Nappies.
Trish was just trying to, just seeing if it'd work.
Yeah.
It's still an AoE. Like,
does anyone have less than 17 hit points?
Oh, not anymore.
No.
Well, hold on. Cutley, will you roll a d20?
Oh no. If you put Hold Eater to sleep, I swear to God.
Hold Eater has more than 17 hit points.
you would hope so,
15.
right?
Oh, don't put Vanya to sleep.
No, Vanya's got more hit points. This was just to check if Eleonora was out there.
Ah. Okay. True. She's probably sleeping anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she was nowhere around. So there's just everyone just gets like a little bit like everyone does a collective yawn, but nothing else.
Don't. I'll actually have to yawn. Just to
No,
compare.
yeah.
need
You
that
know what?
to sleep.
It's real yawn.
No.
Trish is satisfied with everyone yawning, and she's like, "Yeah, take that." And is the backpack's got its little legs out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As she walks past, she's gonna use her tail to like sweep it, to like make it fall.
Oh shit, she's sweeping the leg.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Leg.
I don't.
She's sweeping the leg.
I'd say it's okay.
Backpack rolls a
strength
dex
check?
save.
I don't know. Like,
Backpack rolls a
if
dex
you're trying
I'd say yeah. I'd say athletics for the both of you
yeah.
for the backpack.
Thanks for the backpack. I want this
This is the
backpack to get a
ultimate
nat
showdown.
20.
It's just-
14.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it'd be a shove, right?
Yeah.
So basically,
mean,
it's got
backpack's
to
roll
make a strength or
plus
dex
0,
save, right?
Yeah. It's just a straight roll because it doesn't have any
Yeah, I think it'll be.
modifiers
No,
to anything.
it's,
So
it's not really meant to do any actual
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to sit there and look nice.
You could still roll better.
Unlike me.
We both got 14.
we both got 14.
Hey.
You know what? So I'm gonna say nothing happens. Like the tail smashes into the leg of the tripod backpack. It flinches, but it doesn't fall. And there's just Trish, you realize that slamming your tail into metal isn't always the best idea. You don't take any damage, but it's definitely potentially gonna leave a little bruise.
She's 100% acting like they didn't hurt, but she is tearing up.
The ego was bruised.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
walking downstairs now.
Oh no.
In the stairs, you cross Vanya, who's on the way up, who's got her own cloak over her head and looks up and calls out, "Tinker, I was gonna ask if it's okay to start actually peeling off the armor."
Trish turns around, comes back upstairs. I am not dealing with that. That's yuck.
We're just taking off the armor. We're not peeling off
Come into
his
the room,
skin.
Trish.
Unless the armor is his skin. Oh, what if the armor's his skin?
I don't think so.
You're just disgusting, Tinker. And she goes to the wheel now.
Forrest, we may need your help with some heavy lifting.
Alright, no problem.
Come on, hurry up. We don't have all day.
I mean, we probably do have all day.
No, we do not.
Are you sure?
This is what I've had to do
Look
something
around,
else.
it's mid-afternoon.
I suppose. Come on then.
Half the day, maybe.
As they're kind of like getting out of earshot of Trish if she's staying on the deck, Farah's gonna be like, "What's her problem?"
Oh, no, but don't worry. I've got my best man on keeping an eye on her.
Oh,
The
really?
cannon is following you, Trish.
Oh my god.
Trish is just side-eyeing the fucking backpack.
He's just walking around.
Did you do something to upset her or something?
No. She just gets upset very easily.
Oh,
She tried to pull a prank on me, getting me to fire my cannon at the fish person.
did
So
you
I
kill
pulled a
her
prank on
though?
her. I didn't think about that. I could have.
They were our guest. Why would you try and shoot a guest?
I didn't.
Why would Trish want you to shoot a guest?
No. It's awfully dark of her.
I don't like that.
So is Tinker and everyone downstairs now?
They are.
Yeah.
Mirel's probably just hanging out upstairs or in the cabin.
Yeah, we would have just been like having that little aside as we're like going into the thing, and I'm like hoisting up the body, and I'm like, that's a bit weird. I don't know.
Okay, so as the backpack is following me around now, I'm going to cast, just before Tinker will come back to collect it, invisibility on it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep that in mind.
Okay. All right.
That's hilarious.
Backpack. All right. Cool.
That's actually terrifying. An invisible.
Yeah, like now I'm like,
backpack.
actually, we could use this in battle. Hold on, this could be
Yeah.
really good.
Why can't we think of this in battle? This is great.
Next battle. You never.
Oh my god, this is just like when we say we should have gone live. This banter was peak comedy.
And then it's like, well, it's too late now. Yeah.
God.
That's funny.
So I'm going to ask, is Mirel doing anything particular for the rest of the day?
Yes. I'm assuming she probably would be in between, like, gathering enough for them to eat that day. But she does go back pretty much immediately to Hold Eater and just say, was that all right? Or was that too sudden?
I don't think there was anything wrong, but we should definitely be more cautious. And I appreciate you speaking up on keeping my guys secret.
I was just excited to see them.
I understand.
But
Not a lot of your people in these parts. And I'm worried about what they said. About the Sky Seamer.
me too.
What could possibly impart a change on a Leviathan? We are naturally impervious to such forces. So it must have been done either by someone very powerful or with consent. This worries me.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. Okay. Can I make no.
Do you just want to roll something to get us something?
I really do want to roll something to get a something. Okay. Here's my thought process on rolling a something to get a something. And I don't know.
Okay.
So I think we all I think I would have caught sight of the manta ray. We definitely caught sight of the manta ray when we were
You've seen it from a distance a couple of times.
from a distance. When Hold Eater says someone would have to be super powerful, how powerful are we talking? Like, would I know? Not me level. Like
We are.
blood level.
I would say make a nature or Arcana check. While I look for
Arcana, 'cause
tissues.
it's the same. Oh, it's a dirty 20.
Oh.
Oh, we love dirty 20s.
Never mind. Dirty
Well,
20,
dirty
I would
20.
say very powerful. If you go from the perspective of just how strong would someone need to be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a level or anything. Just
Yeah,
kind of-
I'm just saying if we don't factor in consent, if this was done
Yeah.
forcibly.
yeah.
Leviathans grow in strength with their size, and the Sky Seamer was big.
Fucking big.
Pretty
Yeah,
big.
It was
pretty
big.
big. Pretty
It would probably have been like easily top 10 of the biggest ones Mirel's ever seen.
Ooh, yeah, okay. That changes things.
Just
Okay.
saying that you've seen.
Yeah. Oh, true. There's always a bigger fish.
It would need to be. It was always a bigger fish. There's always bigger fish. Except the biggest one is not a fish.
Oh.
It's a moon.
I
No,
knew
it's,
it!
no, it's a mammal.
I also knew that.
It's
The
a
moon's
mammal.
a mammal?
The moon's
No.
not only evil, but also
Oh
a
my
mammal.
gosh.
No, the biggest known
biggest
Leviathan
known-
is actually a mammal.
Okay. Yes. And terrifying. Yes.
Yes, terrifying, huge. It would gobble a whole liter up in one bite.
I don't like that.
Yum, yum, yum.
It's big. Anywho, you think if we're talking just forceful magic, probably the 3 leaders of the Free Sedum are all capable of doing it to something of that size. You don't think that your own mentor would be powerful enough.
Okay.
Who's still a very powerful mage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
But they gotta be
Concerning.
pretty big.
It's kind of like some wish level stuff, is it?
Yeah, if we were to put, like, it would require to be very high level spells.
Oh,
or
excellent.
someone
Lovely.
with very powerful powers.
Lovely. Okay. She's definitely gonna mull that over.
Mhm.
And she also... No, Cuddly also wants to make another roll. Because I just want to make sure that this pearl is just like a normal pearl. So I'll
You
just...
want to check the pearl?
Yeah, I
The
want to check
spy
out the pearl.
pearl.
Yeah, I don't want a spy pearl. I don't need
Okay,
another,
I'll
like...
say
clear
make an
one.
Arcana check if you're trying to vibe check this pearl.
I would like to vibe check the pearl. Thanks.
Excellent.
Oh, okay. I would absolutely like to vibe check the pearl.
Does
Oh
Merle
my god.
Yeah, no, you have seen these pearls before. Like, you had a couple at home, you just didn't bring any.
Ah, perfect.
does
Uh,
anyone in our party have detect magic or identify yet?
Yes.
I don't know if I do. I took fun things, sorry.
There has been identifying in the past.
Yes. Oh, I think Tinker can.
Tinker has identified.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
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 So you've seen these before? You
Right.
grew up around these, like, they weren't uncommon, but they weren't something that was handed out. They were usually, how do I put this? When you were training, these would be used as a training tool. They would have been something you were given at the start of the day, and then you had to hand them back after. This is a pearl of power.
Mm.
So this is sort of like an extra spell slot in pocket shape.
Okay.
Like a pocketable spell slot-ish.
Oh.
So you can add, if you want to your inventory, a pearl of power.
I will, but I can't use it or lose it because that would defeat the purpose. Oh my god. Oh, it's frozen. Okay, just kidding. Pearl of power.
You can still use it. It's not a consumable.
Oh, okay.
It is I believe you just use an action to regain a spell slot.
I mean, I do love that. Okay,
More
lovely.
spells.
You know what? I can't argue with that. It's just a loner, guys. I'll have to give it back.
I mean,
Or we kill him and
eventually.
True. Level 20. I don't need this anymore.
You also remember it says in the description, but it does take up an action to regain that spell slot.
Yeah.
So if you're using it in combat, just remember that it's so it's something you have to focus on. Like it just naturally gathers some of the ambient magic that's around it, and you can retrieve that magic to restore your own faculties.
Cool. And that's when you use your sorcerer points to quicken a spell. Okay.
Yeah, that's one way to do it, actually. That's pretty good. Or,
Absolutely.
as Gerald once upon a time, he just stuck it to the end of a stick and made a rod.
I mean, each their own. Sometimes you gotta put your pearl on a rod.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Speaking
that's
of
over us.
gathering things, is it time to
Yes.
peel the banana that is the scrapple?
Surely it's time.
Sure.
to peel the.
I'm
one
gonna
down.
ask if there's anything particular you want to do. As currently, you've only pretty much opened up a part of the chest, because you did spend a fair amount of time trying to get a full enough piece that you then used in your prototype to upgrade Forest Shield.
Yes.
So the scrapped one is decomposing on the table.
That's right.
Inside the barely opened armor, there's like acid stains. There's pieces where it's like corroded away,
Oh no!
but mostly there's just this big chunk open on the torso. And also, I'm assuming you've removed the left arm. You did also pop off like little barnacles, the two frames with the lenses.
Yes. So we've been chipping away at this, but it's time to pop this sucker. I think we
phrasing.
like an oyster.
Like a
Like
clam.
an
like a
oyster.
clam.
Just chunk. You gotta
Tinker
chunk
gets a
this.
crowbar, digs it in. Just no, he doesn't. He does it with care and reverence because he is aware that Morel requested that they do not disrupt the body.
But he jostles him a little bit, right?
Oh, he definitely gives him a little kick. Yeah,
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
not dismembering him. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like treating, like peeling someone with respect and fully desecrating a body are two very different things.
Yes, they are. And Tinker knows just the line to get to before, Yeah.
So what I'm
Not-
hearing
not
is you
a
bring
phrase
up
I
your plasma cutter and just going like. Oh my god, we're
Now,
losing the
hold
plot.
it
people.
very still, Forrest. Otherwise, I'll miss and cut you in half.
Don't do that.
I don't want to.
Good.
So it will take some time if you're planning on removing the entirety of the armor.
Yes.
It will most likely take the rest of the entire day. But you do, piece by piece, start stripping the armor off the scrapped one's body. Towards the end, on the table in this common room aboard the ship, now with pieces of metal placed up against the wall, the cloak still put under him. The only thing that's still attached is the cowl or the mask. But you have this old, aged, burned, and broken body of a tree in the shape of a man. Heavy trunk-like legs. Most of all the bark is burned. And it's covered in small fungal growths. The left arm that had been fitted with a prosthetic just has this old, withered, almost hollow in the socket. Here lies before you someone who was once known as a hero. Fragile, scorched, but still a sight to behold. A single oak leaf bud sprouts near the right hand. One of the few parts of the body that still has beautiful red bark skin.
Well, shall we get this last piece off then?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
With some help, you pry it open. The acid pitting having created some less integrity to the mask itself. The re-welding over time having caused structural weaknesses. You pry the mask off, and underneath is, at first glance, a normal face. However, lack of nose, but a wide mouth, almost a moss-like facial hair seems to have patchily grown in. The top of the head, also charred, patchwork, small branches like young saplings, but stunted. Lack of sunlight, lack of space. But one thing you clearly notice are the near empty eye sockets, where instead of eyeballs, in those open, dead lids, you see what looks like hundreds of little prongs or feelers that have fallen limp.
That's odd.
Like the underside of a starfish.
I'm out. No.
And they just all lay limp in the sockets. No sign of eyes.
That's not normally like that, I think.
No, no, it's not. I wonder what it is. Tinker goes and yeah. Tinker will very daintily sort of like with his claws sort of pinch with his grabby claw.
With his
There
grabby
you
claw.
go.
Don't you-
Yes. Don't touch it with your. Like, what if it's gross?
What if it's gross?
Absolutely gonna be gross.
I mean,
Ah,
so gross.
it's all for the bit, people. This is worth it.
Yeah,
Sorry
this
to all the
is- this is
podcast
absolutely
listeners.
worth
Oh no! I've lost-
Oh, he's lost. Hold on. He's lost it. He's lost it. But he's gaining
Where'd you
it.
put it,
God.
Tinker?
You
You
lost
had it
it?
just a
Put it
second ago.
somewhere.
He goes looking for his backpack, but it's
Oh my god, but it's
No. The grabby claw would be in his room. So yeah, he grabs his little grabby claw and he's sort of like,
excellent.
yeah, like
You
like-
missed.
Oh, you're gonna pull it out. Oh, gross.
what? What do you mean I missed? I don't.
No, you got
miss.
to go forwards more and then this way a bit more.
All right, hold
next
on.
time.
I got this. All right, hold on.
You can hold the light, and Vanya's like holding a little
Oh my
light.
I got it.
Yeah,
Just
fine.
hold on. I got it. Just. What?
Oh,
I think you got it.
I-
And it pulls, and it pulls, and it stretches out, and it's like pulling a worm out of a wound.
Oh, I hate it.
You little
I hate it.
that's a
And you
lot
keep
longer
pulling,
than I
and
thought.
it eventually just comes out. Like it wasn't stuck to anything really. There's no tension. It just pulls out, and when you've got the whole thing at the bottom, it's got almost like a very, very fine, like hair-like root structure, and it's about 10
Gross.
centimeters long.
Oh, the whole thing or the root structure?
The whole thing.
Oh, yeah, the whole.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
What was
the,
that about?
the,
Not-
like the
not
hair fine
supporting the
roots are
body? Yeah.
also like a few centimeters each.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
he has not been wormed in a while.
yeah, Tinker would be holding it sort of like with the claw, like.
Yeah,
at
I'm
a
glad you
distance,
didn't
right?
touch that.
No,
That's
no,
good.
yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah,
And-
Vanya immediately holds out what looks like a little like test tube.
And Tinker will drop it into the test tube.
She corks it.
And then Tinker would look sort of into the eye socket itself, just to see, like...
Have a look in the hole.
Yeah, there's still
Yeah.
like 100 of those left.
Oh!
Like this was thin. We're talking like really thin.
So you mentioned, you said starfish earlier. Like, is it... are
like
they,
the bottom of the
like
starfish.
the bottom of a starfish,
Yeah,
right?
like
Yeah,
those
like
little
little-
feeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Did you
I would
place-
say, if you will, eerily similar to that one graphic at the end of our intro video.
Oh no!
I would say roll that intro, but I know it breaks all the scenes, so don't
Yeah,
do
don't
that.
roll the intro, no. Think of the intro. Sorry,
yeah,
podcast
think of
listeners.
yeah.
Once
Okay.
again, with losing out.
So it's just a bunch, like hundreds of tiny, tiny, long, tenderly feelers that just coating the inside of
Yeah.
the eye socket.
That's so.
And you
Okay.
pulled one of them out,
Yeah,
and it
one of
turned
them.
out to be that long with
Yeah.
like hair-thin roots at the end.
Gross.
And it's
Does he
just,
still
and
have
it's just
eyelids?
left like a hole where it came out of.
Yeah, but it was so small that the hole itself is barely
Oh, okay.
perceptible.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Can I roll a? Would it be a culture check to know like what Tinker's understanding of Oh gosh, I've forgotten the name now.
Do you want to know if this is normal?
Yes, yes, please.
I would assume that none of us have seen anything
Yeah.
like this
I'm just
before,
going
but
to say
have we?
outright, none of you have ever seen this before.
Okay,
Cool.
but what about regular? Fuck, why can't I remember the name of the people?
Theronians,
Yes,
Warforged. they
Warforged.
are-
That was the yes, yeah,
Yes.
Like-
I would say yeah. Make a culture check.
yeah. All right, cool. Could Tinker discuss with Vanya to have?
I mean, I've
I
met
mean,
one
Or
before.
you got a local right next.
That's
to you.
what I'm saying. So I would say, yeah, Tinker would sort of ask Vanya,
You're like, Forrest, are
is
your
thi-
eyes like this?
among the three of you,
Yeah.
because Forrest is from that part of the
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
you can definitely have advantage.
Excellent. All right. In that case, we will roll with advantage. Let's do it. Oh, we are glad we rolled with advantage because one of
Okay.
those was a natural one.
Oh, no.
So yeah, we'll take the 21 instead.
We love that.
While you've never seen this occur before, Tinker, Vanya mentions that she's heard similar cases, but she always assumed them to be exaggerated or tales, like tall tales.
Mm.
And she's only mentioning like one or two recounts of this. And Forrest, you would know definitely that any woodland Theronians that you've met, any tree people that you've seen, even though the ones that have had like parasites, if you will, never anything like this.
That's weird.
So I wonder because he mentioned being well, he was burned. If my knowledge is correct.
Aye. He kind of points to all the burn
The
marks
body.
all over the bark.
Yeah. He survived. I wonder, did he actually survive, or maybe was it these things? How much of the original queue was there? Is this something that happened recently, or
I don't think there's much we can do without having something to compare it with.
you're right? We
Vanya's
need to
just
find
looking
another
in
one.
the test tube like, I don't even know what this thing is.
We will find another scrapped one, kill them, and compare.
I see.
I
That's
think
such a
there's-
good. Yeah.
I think there's only one scrapped one though. It's this guy.
I think we're gonna find someone else with this. And Vanya just looks for a moment, trying to pick the right word. Condition.
Pest issue.
Kind bird.
You mean the
Pest
A worms?
infestation.
They are worms, but and she's just looking at it. I find no real orifices. If it's a worm, I have no idea how it would eat or what it would eat.
Well, it's like a tree, isn't it? It's got roots.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying it's more of a plant than an animal.
I'm saying I don't know what it is at all. I don't even know where to start making a hypothesis. I am not a I know how machines are made, not people.
Well,
And this is more flesh than metal. I dare say it's all flesh, I think.
I can say definitely you didn't need a mouth to eat.
How
No,
so?
that's fair.
No, that's not.
There is plenty of creatures
Oh,
who...
yes, wait, no, there was that cube. I remember the cube.
Oh, yeah.
Have a mouth.
And trees, just all trees don't need mouths.
Yeah.
Well, after that horrifying discovery... Ooh, hold on.
I'd say the only step forward, if we really want to know what these things are, would have to be to go a layer deeper, but I don't think Mirel's gonna appreciate that.
We can always take more of these worms out if you want to.
Maybe we should... Tinker pops his head out. Morel! Morel!
What?
You
I
might
think-
want to see this. Trish,
Mommy.
you definitely don't want to see this.
It's fair.
Tinker, I think we should take them all out.
All right, Mirel is coming down. She will head down the stairs.
And then Tinker would correct himself. Oh, unless you do want to see this, Trish. In which case, you should come over and see this.
What is it, Tinker?
Chris is just shaking her head, going, "What gross thing are you talking about?"
For once, it is gross.
Then definitely not coming down.
Okay, suit yourself.
Tinker, I still think we should take them all out. It doesn't seem right for them to be there.
I'm on
Take
it.
what all out?
You come in and Tinker's like halfway through pulling out another one.
Starts fucking worms.
Yeah, and just pulling them out.
Tinker, what are you? What?
He had worms.
And yeah, it comes out without resistance. It's just long, but there's no resistance to it.
Yeah.
He's got all these worms in his eye, Mirel. It didn't belong.
I'm just trying to figure out what I can roll.
Cuddly's like, I have an idea.
I want
How
to
do I
roll
how
it?
do I let
Roll
Mirel
it.
have the idea?
I would also like to say Tinker is making sure that these worm-like things do not touch Hold Eater. Any wooden part of Hold Eater, they're going on cloth. They're going on anything else.
Let's go
that's not
straight into a glass container if you've got
straight.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Vanya as well, she immediately started preparing, like ramping up any form of safety measures, like laying out cloth. She's grabbed a whole bunch from her room. She's come out with like trays and beakers. And
At one point, Tinker spat in one and then put one of the worms in there.
it dissolves. Like, and I would say, Tinker, are you proficient with alchemist's tools? Well, I think, aren't you proficient with
Ooh.
all tools?
Yeah, I
Like
was gonna say all
artificer?
tools. I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, alchemists.
They-
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like an artificer thing where it's like, oh, you're just proficient. You just get proficiency. Here you go.
Uh,
I think it's
possible.
like one called right tool for the trade.
yeah,
or something.
yeah. So with artisan's tools in hand, you can magically create a set of artisan tools in an blah blah blah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
No,
you
that
can
allows me to
make
make
tools.
my-
It doesn't say that you get proficiency, but you
No.
can make tools
You can
without
just
issue.
make any
Yeah.
You
tools you
can
need.
make
That's pretty
tools
cool.
for Vanya, who could maybe.
Yeah.
I have
But
a-
are you proficient with alchemical tools?
No, I'm proficient with wood carver's tools.
So we can carve up a worm? Hell yeah.
Oh.
Carve up a scrapped one.
I'm just feeling like... Okay.
So if we do want to go deeper, I feel like
I
Tinker would
mean-
be able to efficiently do it. But
So this is another ER episode, but
Is it?
yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I don't know.
I'm
It's-
gonna-
No,
look,
we're just pulling
Tinker-
worms.
We're pulling worms. I'm gonna ask you anyway. This is more of a science episode, if anything. Make a medicine check.
Oh, okay.
we love rolling.
We
This
love
is to
roll.
see if Tinker has. That's
Oh, okay.
okay. Looking at the way it dissolves, this thing is definitely not immune to acid effects. At least not your acid. It dissolves like everything else you put in acid.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Just had to make sure, because if it didn't dissolve, Well, I might go cry.
Just hold on. What is going on?
We opened up the helmet to see,
Yes.
just to check it out. I was not going to do anything else. Then we found he was filled with worms, which is, again, odd because he's made of wood, so you'd think termites, but no, worms, apparently. Forrest said this wasn't right. Vanya said this wasn't right. I concurred, and so we started removing them. Vanya also thinks if we go deeper, we might be able to find out more, but I didn't want to do more without
I also
consulting-
did say we shouldn't do it until we've had Mirel here.
Yes, yes.
Morel's going to take a look at the eye sockets. And has Morel ever seen anything like this before?
Make a history check.
I knew it! We love a history check. Oh, we hate a history check. It's just a 9. We hate it. We hate it here.
Oof.
It's not in this, like, it, for Mirel, definitely reminds you of a lot of sea creatures.
The little feeties. Yeah.
Yeah, little, and they have those almost like, I wouldn't necessarily say cups, but they're definitely a bit flat on the top. Like, they're almost like trumpeted at the very ends.
I've got 2 more questions, and I don't know
Yes.
if I can continue rolling, but they are different questions.
Okay.
Morel wants to know if the worms themselves are alive.
Like, as their own entities.
Or as an entity together. Or if they were alive, like, were they a living creature, or was it just a construction of something? You know, like, was it actually just a different kind of eyeball?
I'm gonna say that is where the going deeper comes in.
Okay. Yeah.
You wouldn't know without actually, like, getting a cross-section of what they look like when they're actually attached inside.
Yeah, that... Oh, interesting.
No, Larzapan, they are not.
They're not wriggling. Okay, yeah. I totally forgot the last one.
They
so
are
obviously it wasn't
limp.
important.
They are limp, as if they're
seemingly
like
dead
with
like the
gravity. What little bit they protrude out inside the eye socket, they're just laying limp, like bundled on each other.
It's like it's like they were they were parasites.
Kind
They
of
were using the
parasitic,
life
yeah.
of whatever was holding the scrap gun together to live.
And I suppose
Yeah.
a parasite
So many
doesn't really
good
count
theories
as like...
here.
I mean, just like any worm in a host, you know.
Yeah. If
Well.
we had a moral quandary of are parasites part of the body,
Are you asking Tink that question?
Oh, no, I'm asking
he's got
Josie.
his wood carving
I
tools
think
out.
she's asking me for like, would this go against what I grew up like?
yeah. I don't want to.
yeah,
I don't want to.
Uh,
piss
I
off
would
at me.
say in this instance, it's up to personal. There are times, even in the free sedums, where bodies are kept. Like autopsies are a thing, even there. Like there's still like medical research. It's more that when the body is laid to rest, what is available of it is usually kept.
Okay.
Intact.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. This is. I feel like this constitutes an
Autopsy
autopsy.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
constitutes autopsy. So, Mirel just kind of looks back and forth between like Tinker holding a fucking worm and like Vanya just having one in a, and Forrest just kind of standing there awkwardly, probably propping up the body, and just goes, "Can we continue carefully?"
Oh, you know I'm the most careful.
And she will produce light. She will produce the light cantrip and hover it like right over where you need to see.
Right. Well, I need to get my tools. So, I'll be 2 seconds. I'm just gonna get them from my bag. I think I left it with Trish.
Okay.
And Tinker will
I'm gonna need you to make a perception check. Against what is Trisha's spell DC?
Amazing.
We'll just use that for now.
Surely it would be like a 16 or a 17.
It'd be 16.
Nice.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh no.
What?
You run up to the top deck, you look around, you don't see
Oh my
the backpack,
god.
but there's a very clear backpack-shaped negative in the rain.
Oh no.
He narrows his eyes. He's like, Oh, where has my backpack gone? And
So dramatic.
my backpack! How I miss you so! As he sort of like saunters around over to where the backpack is. If I cannot find you, I cannot let anyone else find you. Therefore, I will blow you up and surely kill whoever's next to it. It is standing right next to you, Trish.
All right. Well, Trish is obviously gonna.
Does Trish even know where it is?
Has it just been a while?
Well, it's obviously seeing this show put on by Tinker. He's gonna know that he obviously knows where it is, and yeah, essentially goes, fine, just take your backpack.
No.
No, it was a good try. It's just you can't get much past these peepers.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes a joke is a joke, and sometimes you're just a. And she hasn't finished it.
Jerk?
What's that over there? And she walks that way.
Take a look. Take a look.
No, the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, and she's
No.
not vanished, she's just walking away when you turn back.
That's even better.
That's just mean.
Oh.
It's okay, the backpack comes out and puts a leg on your shoulder.
Oh.
But you're still invisible. I can't see where the pockets are. This doesn't.
Oh,
Trish, I need
Trish,
you to undo the
Trish
spell.
actually enjoys this so much.
Trish! Tinker's running after you with the backpack. Undo the spell.
What is taking them so long?
Yeah, so it takes a couple of minutes before Tinker comes back.
Right. Well, that was the time.
Well, there you are.
I'm back. Don't worry. It's I think we need to really sit down with Trish and ask her if she is okay.
All right.
But for now, and Tinker pulls out the tools. Time to crack a skull.
Yeah, and Vanya's also like holding two pliers. Those like really thin like pliers. She was like, at first I grabbed the tweezers, but then I figured I don't want them in there and then on my face.
Fair.
And I assume you basically take one socket each and just start plucking. We don't have to go into detail. People are uncomfortable.
We all get the idea.
yeah.
Little worms out of eyeballs.
We're
Yep.
gonna deworm him.
Yep.
And deworm.
Deworm.
It is going to take a long time. It's a
Yeah.
long process. Everyone helping, being there, definitely helps it, but I'm going to fast us forward a couple of hours.
Yeah, that would be.
Because there's also the, like... Vanya becomes very, very keen on putting them in the worms in, like, batches to do different tests on, and she starts, like, putting labels on beakers and containers.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Meryl's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
like let her do her scientist thing, and Meryl's gonna look at the table and just go, I don't know if I want to eat on this tonight.
Probably not.
Oh, don't worry. I'll give it a good clean afterwards.
For those few hours, Trish is gonna use a rapier, but use the back end of the rapier, and she's gonna do some training with it. Essentially, she's just trying to hone in her skills a bit.
Yeah. Like she was doing yesterday as well. She's
Yep.
just doing some performative movements, honing her skills, keeping herself in tip-top shape. As downstairs now, you have these hole-pocketed eye sockets and several beakers marked for various types of experiments filled with these little wormies.
Tinker is now poised above the head with wood carving tools.
It seems a bit on the nose.
There is no nose. I can try carving a nose if you.
No.
I'm actually quite good at it.
I
You just
believe
mix some
you.
sawdust and some glue. Just
Yeah,
make
like-
some wood putty. Start
Yeah,
making
that's
nose.
what I'm sure if he wanted a nose, he would have grown one.
That's fair. But if we need to see how deep these went, I might need to, And he mimics the hammer.
Yeah. I think it is for the best that we know what we're dealing with.
I agree.
So, as Tinker and Vanya goes to work on the scrap one's face, noggin, we're gonna go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna see what they find underneath. We
wanna
will be
know
skipping
now!
through the process in its entirety.
The autopsy results will be in.
Yeah, we're just gonna assume that while we're on break, they're doing the work. When we come back, they've just revealed what they need to, and we're gonna discuss what they find.
Ooh. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reminder
right.
for everyone who's joined us that you should definitely go join the Discord so you can take part in the next one-shot DM'd by the one and only Aussie Devro.
That's me. I'm DMing. So if you either like the sound of my voice and want to hear more, or you don't like the sound of my voice and want to, come
Tell him in
and-
person.
Yeah, yeah.
Me, sometimes.
You should sub to the channel, get in on the one shot, and then it'll be a great time.
The one and only Mr. Finance McGee.
I love that McGee just made a comeback.
We're gonna go on a break now.
I hate it so much.
All right.
I hate it.
Make sure you hydrate, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.
We're returned.
We're return, and we're going to, as per usual, just do some quick little presentations for anyone who's tuned in. I am Josie Poser, Dungeon Mistress of this game, and for this campaign, and I'm joined by good friends from all over the world in Australia.
Oh shit.
It's everywhere in
Yeah.
Australia,
Yeah,
mate.
that's very true. Yep.
I mean, and if we're being picky, only 2 of you are actually from the Australian continent.
It's true.
Yeah.
We could be picky.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
be picky.
Yeah.
Picky. Yeah,
It's not me though. I'm Australian.
Like
True,
we're
true.
picking the worms out of eye sockets.
True blue, if you
Wow.
will.
Wow. No,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm joined by my friends. We got Cowley Raptor playing Mirel. You got say hello. Say
Hello.
Good. We got Roju from Participation Award playing Forrest Barkley.
Yay. That's
Say
me.
hello.
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 He knows I hate that. Oh,
Oh, sorry. Hello there.
Beautiful.
Greetings and salutations. We got Aussie Devro playing Tinker Slobbersnout. Say hello.
hello.
Oh shit, that was so good.
That was-
We got Wetazor playing Trish Smotherborn. Say hello.
G'day, mate.
He's not from
I'm
the
scared.
continent, actually. He's,
Yeah, it's definitely not him. He's definitely.
yeah, it's,
not
it's
from-
me and
he's not
Rohan,
from
if anyone
Earth.
was wondering. Yeah,
I am a First Nation, mate.
true.
true. That's actually just true facts.
Yeah,
That's true facts.
do be spitting.
Let's get this on, mate.
And these eye sockets were spitting Wigglies.
I hope they're not spitting. Josie, if they're spitting, I'm
No,
leaving.
no.
I
No,
refuse
we're
to
gonna
fight
come back
100
into it
worms.
as the party, or most of the party. Trish is abhorrently absconding from this particular event.
I
That's
wish
fair.
I was, but alas, here I am,
Here you are, holding the light.
holding the light, just like your old
Gripping it real
dad would
tight.
tell me to do.
As Tinker goes bang, 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 bang. into
Oh,
the-
we've already
Skip
done the
light,
bang,
buddy.
bang, bang. You have revealed what was beneath. You have made several discoveries. And the holes that these things were in led all the way through this hardened skull-like structure inside the head. And into the nucleus.
I was worried.
I don't love it.
Well, there's your problem right there.
There's very little signs of what they were doing or attached to in the nucleus itself. No markings. There's no holes in the brain, if we put it that way.
Right.
They're like kind of attached to the
were
outside.
hugging
The,
it.
the
They were hugging
tendrils
it.
were on it.
Yes.
I feel like Tinker would have left like one worm still in there as he
And then like
opened.
shaved down to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I was imagining as well.
Yeah, because this was all for the purpose of science. So I assume
Yeah.
you've, like
Yeah.
with Vanya, who's not a medical professional, but since she's used to building things, she would have been like, we can't just take it apart. We need to actually see what's wrong in there.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
imagining like Tinker probably made a bunch of sketches of it as well and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Every time he made a little chip with his wood carving tools, he would have gone, I think I'm sorry? Chip. I think I'm sorry. You did try to kill me, but this seems a little odd. Chip.
Tinker, you don't have to say it every time.
You can't
It
hear your
feels a
Tinker.
little
It's alright.
weird. Look, if you hadn't have said, be good with the body, this would have been not a problem. But because you specifically asked me to be respectful with it, now I'm...
Think of it as an autopsy.
And at that, Vanya will say, do you think Trish has any books on anatomy? Because I'm
Too
going to be
late.
honest, I don't know about brains.
She has a lot of books on a lot of things, so maybe.
Maybe she's even just read something about it. Maybe just bring her in.
Maybe don't bring her in.
Trish,
Yes.
do you have a book on anatomy or knowledge of anatomy?
Everyone's different. We did plenty of different races.
Oh.
Like, what parts do you need to worry about?
What about brains?
Yeah, head, brain.
Everyone has a brain.
I do remember some stuff about it. It was in my learnings. I might have a book. As she tries to come down, sees the body, she goes, nope. I'll just have to try and remember what I can from up here.
Okay. So what if we pretend this is a no. How do we figure out what parts of the brains are being affected? What this would be easy if we had a doctor.
Trish,
would
what
be
is your
very
brain
easy.
like?
Do you have a book about brains?
I should, yes. It might have been slightly damaged, but it should still be good.
Does Trish just have a book about everything?
I think so.
She
but the
once upon a
role
time
is-
she did, but they've been through the
No
washing
longer.
machine. I'm gonna ask you to make an
ocean.
investigation check, Trish. And if you beat a 20, you have a book on brains.
Hey,
Excellent. And that hasn't been damaged by
Investigation.
you.
Let's
You
yeah.
wanna
I
give
do not.
yourself
Uh,
Uh,
ah,
give you some
yeah.
hints.
Eleven's
You know what?
not going to do it.
No.
Right,
Um, I think it got too wet. But if I remember closely, it should be like 4 parts of the brain.
all
should it
right.
have worms attached
Is
to it?
this orb's actual knowledge coming
Yes.
into play?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Orb is sitting at home going like these dum-dums. I'd tell you how her brain works.
I know how a brain
Don't they know
works.
these worms are perfectly normal? Haven't they seen
Everyone
them?
has brain
Oh my
worms.
gosh,
Come
everyone.
on.
Yeah.
So she goes, there should be like 4 parts, maybe like the front, back, middle, and like an underside.
And Morel's
Does
looking at
Tin-
Tinker,
does
who
Tin-
like,
Does Tinker see that?
I
Make a
mean,
medicine
how
check.
carefully did you
Medicine check.
chisel?
What is
That's the
Tinker looking
thing.
at here?
Can I assist? I'd like to look too.
Okay, sure.
Oh, actually, that's pretty good. But hey, you
Keep
never know.
roll,
You might get a natural 20. You never know.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll roll again. Sure.
You never know.
No, I rolled worse. We will take
Oh,
17.
okay. Take 17.
A 17. Yeah, I'd say you see the parts that were pointed out. I will also mention that it seems that most of these little tendrils are attached to the very, very, very back of the brain.
Tinker will take specific notes of how it's all attached and all that sort of jazz. And by notes, he sketches it in his little notepad. And he sort of nods to himself and he goes, well, we're not trained in this. I don't think we're going to figure anything else out.
Trish sort of yells out, well, what part of the brain was it?
What does the back of the brain do?
If I remember, eyes, visual, mostly.
Well, of course.
Hold on.
Right?
Did he just legitimately lose his eyes in the fire and he replaced them with worms? Are we just blowing this out of proportion?
I don't know.
Not to do anything else.
Well, not really.
Huh.
I think we're just blowing this out of
I
proportion.
can't quite remember.
Are 3 brains the same?
Trish really responds on, no idea. I haven't dissected a tree.
Well, I mean, there's always a first. You could come in and see it.
I really don't want to. I hated doing it when I was younger. I'm gonna hate doing it now.
Don't make her.
Just be so much easier.
She does take like 2 steps down, and what can she smell?
Ooh,
She probably smells a lot of
firewood.
chemicals and mulch. It smells a lot like damp earth and wet
Okay.
wood.
Okay,
Like
damp earth and wet. She'd be okay with that. So she's just sort of gonna come
And
down,
rust.
but she's looking the other way, and she's like trying to just go close to the table by the sound of your voices.
Tinker would walk in front of her and just hold up the book rather than her actually having to look at.
Mm.
See,
just showing the sketches.
That's
this is
fine.
what I can see.
Ah, okay. So you got
Make a
worms.
medicine check for me, Trish, if you would like.
Okay, I was gonna say at some point we gotta go off what Trish actually knows, not all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Trish doesn't know shit
Oh,
apparently.
but what if Tinker's there, giving her advantage?
You know what?
God-
Sure.
What
I'll
if-
give advantage.
And how about some bardic inspiration?
Yeah, but
Ah,
you know
Okay.
she's probably
Yeah.
not in the right headspace to
That's
do
true.
that.
She's pretty freaked out about the.
she
Like,
wants to
as-
inspire herself to leave, if anything.
yeah, she'd be like,
Yeah, she's not
"Taking
overly
myself
keen
part of
to
the-
like where she is, so she'll do another one.
Go. That's good.
I mean, his
14.
previous was a 17, so
Okay.
it sort of.
Yep.
But yeah, 14.
14.
Was it?
Any pushes? Any pushers in chat?
I mean, I can still push.
No, let me push. You've got an 8. I've got a 14.
Okay.
Okay. 17 again.
17.
Okay.
I would say together you make the assumption that this is some form of a visually sensory replacement.
What?
I mean, we did. Okay, well that answers my other question because I was gonna be like, can Morel put together 2 and 2 that like the reason we're getting all these little touchy-feely feelings is because he has worms for eyes? But I feel like now we can make that assumption, right?
You're free to make that assumption
Yes.
if you would
Okay.
like.
Trish does ask, is there any other part of the brain that has been damaged?
No. But now I'm thinking we just pulled out his eyeballs for nothing.
And I will also point out there's no sign of damage
Hmm.
to the
I
brain.
think-
Well, besides being knocked around and decomposing.
Yeah. But,
I think we just yanked out his eyes.
uh,
I don't think so.
I
Trees don't have worms normally.
Yeah, you've seen mechanical prosthetics. Vanya will also point out that she's never seen organic prosthetics.
yeah, I think Morel would also say this seems like a prosthetic, if anything.
But not mechanical, despite the.
He's the kind that would build something, though.
Interesting.
Trish is gonna ask if one of the worms could be like sort of brought to up front of her. She wants to see what's so weird and different about the worms. See if she might have read anything in her childhood.
Yeah. Tinker would, using his grabby claw, pick up a worm and sort of dangle it in front of her face.
God,
A
you
little-
could've just grabbed the one in the...
A little less away from my face, please, Tinker.
What? I was holding it up so you can see it. I'm down here holding it up. I can't really do much more for you.
Would you like me to roll another medicine?
No.
No? Oh.
I'm gonna ask you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you fucking hold it too close, didn't you, you bastard?
I'm a little guy holding a grabby claw, holding
Oh,
Dirty
thank
20.
God. Okay.
Dirty
Doing
my
20.
thing.
Dirty 20.
Doing my
Trish,
thing.
when this thing comes close to you, the only thing you can see is the immense size of something wriggling, squirming, and pushing down upon the heavens, a sight you saw after Hathok took you apart with her mind. Beyond the skies was incredible creatures, beings incomprehensible, that were almost trying to crush their way into this world. And this looks like one of those things. It gives you the same feeling that you did looking at the sky that afternoon.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Rich
what Trish
himself.
is gonna do, she is gonna smack that out of
Smack that
Tinker's-
worm.
On the floor, smack.
So Trish has smacked the claw, for it to drops to the floor. And then what will come is a big boot to squish it.
It's
I don't like it.
I think it's already dead, Trish.
No, she's making sure it's dead. And after it's been dead, she's gonna go find some fire and what?
Trish, walk me through it. What happened?
Is there any others? We got to destroy them now.
You look, there's beakers and containers filled with them all in the room.
We can't let these go. We need to destroy these like now.
Trish, they're not moving. They're dead.
No. Dead things can come back. We need to bring them to ash. Tinker,
What?
your
No.
toxic spit. That would work.
Yes, I melted one earlier, but no, Trish, I refuse to do anything unless you explain.
Look, when I might have done bad things, trying to read a god's mind, maybe.
I'm sorry, what?
Which
Wait,
god?
When did we come across? Recently?
Trish really doesn't say anything at this point. But anyways, I was basically ripped apart. Mind just destroyed. It re-put back together, and these little things were part of the vision I was having, crushing our world. Gigantic.
So you
Just-
had a hallucinatory.
No,
episode.
it wasn't. It was not more than that.
These ones are very small, Trish. I'm not going to crush nothing.
Yes, but you can enlarge, can you not, Boris? You can make yourself bigger?
Turns out, yeah.
Who's saying these guys can't? They might
Well,
seem dead, but they're not dead properly. I think we need to turn them to ash.
All right, so you read the mind of a god, and we're all assuming you read Hathok's mind.
Again, she will not reply back to that.
Yeah, all right. Just going with what we know.
Tinker looks at Vanya.
Vanya is listening intently, just definitely like doing some math in her head and looking and she's just in the middle of processing while listening.
Look, Tinker, when you held that thing up to my face, I re-saw everything again.
Right. So. Okay.
So they still have an impact, and
Thinking
they
about
could
it,
be
look-
dangerous.
Are you just remembering it, or did...
No, it forced it out of me. I've been trying to put that down into a little bottle in my mind, away from things, because I didn't want to deal with it yet, and it brought it back instantly.
Alright. These ones are dead, though.
It doesn't matter. They obviously got some magical sense about them.
Looking at the one you stepped on the ground, it's vanished.
This is
But
why I
there's
didn't want
no-
to touch and hold it. Or...
There's no traces that it ever existed.
We need to get them all. We need to burn them. Tinker, keep your mouth ready. You got to be doing a lot of spitting.
You are not putting them in my mouth.
All right, I like it. Okay, I'd like to make a roll.
What type of roll?
I don't know. I'm guessing Arcana, but
Why? What are you trying to figure out
I
here?
would like to. So when Trish said that it was similar to what she saw in the vision of a god, I don't know if I really checked it for like. I sort of were like, are these alive? Not, are these gods in themselves? So I don't know. Does it have like a vibe, Josie? Does it have an aura? How's the aura of these worms?
You
Are
wanna,
the
you wanna
worms
vibe
gone?
check the worms?
Can I vibe check the worms, please? I vibe checked them before for previous things, but this is different now. Does it have an aura?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Could I please
I'm
aura
just
check
getting
these
ready, people. It's
Oh my
fine.
god.
Yeah.
Where'd the one
Also, where the
go?
fuck did that other worm go? Yeah, I also want investigation on that.
Tinker chooses to investigate that.
Can I give you
in his
advantage?
way.
But also, I want to.
No, I'll
I'll
let
say
you do your
that
thing first.
Tinker do an investigation check while this is going on.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
I want Mirel to make an investigation, insight, or arcana.
Investigation, insight, or arcana. Okay, you know what? The arcana investigation, they are the same.
Oh,
I need to
you're being so
know.
careful
That-
too.
I'm pushing. I must know.
Sorry, what was that, Roju?
I was just lamenting it that we were all being so careful as well.
Yeah, and then
I will say this, Tinker.
I'm pushing.
You're pushing. Okay.
I want to get over 20.
Go.
Damn it!
You'll get over
Okay,
20.
19.
Okay.
I'm 19 is
Right,
pretty
good.
close. There's no sign of it. There's no sign of it having tried to burrow anywhere. Like it was squished on the ground, spread out by a boot.
Yeah.
And
We saw it
there's-
be a paste, definitely.
Yeah, we
You
did
saw
see
it get pasted,
Okay.
Yep.
Oh. So it just
and
ceased.
there's
Weird.
still the like whatever wetness was on Trish's boot from the rain has still left a mark, but any smoosh is gone. And you look over in the one test tube where you dissolved one, there's no remnants. And you know dissolving things usually leaves residue, but there's nothing left in there.
Oh.
Okay, that has immediately led me to a further test, but I'll let Cuddly do the
Okay.
arcane.
Okay, what
I
did you
don't-
get?
I only got a 14.
Okay. All I'll say is there's definitely a vibe,
hmm
but you feel like you either need something more. If you were to get really close to a bunch of them, or if they were still alive, or if you had a bigger version. There's just
Okay.
let's
I
just
hate that
say
you
the
said bigger
trace-
version. Right.
The trace, the
Yeah, it's a
trace,
bit-
the
it's a bit worrying,
residue
isn't
that you are feeling is too thin to really
Mm.
place anything.
Okay. So suspicions only. Okay.
You have suspicions. There's definitely something, but it's too faint to make any real calls.
Okay.
All right. Tinker will go.
Vanya is also immediately like checking every type of container. and
Oh,
just,
yeah.
just like making sure, like doubling up the safety protocols.
Tinker will take another one again, being cautious not to actually touch it himself.
Mhm.
Dip half of it into the beaker of acid.
Okay.
Remove the half, and then remove the half, still holding it, and then place it on a cloth and just continue to stare at it.
Okay.
So he's
Mm.
melted off half,
Mhm.
and then he's staring at it.
It keeps dissolving. but not as if by acid, more like it's being broken down to an unseeable level and just vanishing.
Even the portion outside of the acid?
Yes.
Interesting.
So
Oh.
Trish is going to
It's-
turn around and go, can we actually try to dissect it? Please? I hate to try and be the one, but I think we should. There's something with these beings.
Okay, Tinker will take another one out and cut it in half with a sharp implement, with a dagger. With some description.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you for a sleight of hand check because these are
Slice it long
like
way.
these are.
Yeah.
Imagine that these
Like
are.
slicing a noodle.
Yeah, you're trying to slice a noodle. That's basically it. They're
Alright.
like,
Eldritch
Get
noodle.
some budding inspiration for that one, boy.
Oh!
Oh!
Trish is trying
There we
to help
go.
out now.
There we go.
Trish is
Now.
actually trying to help
There we go.
now.
I love it.
Wow.
Is that a D6 or a
D8.
yeah, since level 5. That was
It's a
after level
date.
5. It's a date.
Not the best roll on the
19.
date.
You know what?
but,
Still pretty good though.
19.
19? You can't
19
go wrong with that. Well, you
19.
could, but
Yeah, you managed to. I'm gonna say because you are Tinker, because you're smart and inquisitive, you are making sure not to like slice it in half on the length, but just open it up, trying to prevent from triggering whatever just happened to the one you dissolved.
Yeah.
And
Um,
the insight is, as far as you can tell, there's nothing there. Besides, like, what looks like a faint little specks of light, or the absence of light, maybe?
Sorry.
I hate this.
Hang on.
this is fine.
Light or the absence of light, Joseph?
As you're looking at it, you can't tell if there's, like, little almost like granulates, like thin salt or crystals spread throughout it. But as you're blinking, you're also like, or is that just like that sort of blind spot you get from looking at light that's appearing in your vision?
Tinker, seeing this, would actually take a step back now and go, I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I'm wondering if the faithful were faithful to something else other than the scrapped one.
Trish will have a look and go, I've never read anything like that. So we're burning them, right?
Tinker looks at Forrest,
Oh, I've never seen nothing like that either.
and looks at Vanya.
I'm gonna make a dice roll here. Vanya will just shake her head, like dumbfounded.
Kinda still wish I had that question with Hathawk, actually. That'll come in real handy right now.
Yeah, it's
Maybe if we hold on to him, we'll perhaps get the chance again.
I think they're too dangerous, to be honest.
I think Trish is right. I feel like the scrapped one was using these as some form of vision replacement. But
Aye.
if what Trish says is true, and I'm not saying I believe it one iota, no offense, Trish, but it could just be a vision given by whoever you were trying to read the mind of. But something else could be using them as vision too. If
I
Trish is right.
think
hijack feed.
Trisha goes, I believe that he was so damaged, he was rebuilt. They were purposely implanted in there to more or less control him. You know what I mean? I think he wasn't doing this of sound mind. I think he was under the influence of a higher, and she quotation with her fingers, higher beings. As such, I don't think he was of sound mind. I think he was a puppet, essentially.
I think we might have discovered what could be more powerful than a Leviathan.
You're right, Morel! Grabs one of the beakers and runs up the stairs.
Oh, where are you going? She is sprinting after you. She's like, you're not gonna put that in fucking hole, leader.
And yeah, Tinkle would rush on over into the captain's quarters and goes, Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up!
Why are you so
What?
Have you seen these before?
Don't you not have eyes up
Maybe.
here?
It looks like
Oh, you do. Okay, never mind.
worms.
Yes. But when they get, like, cut in half, or melted, or broken in any way, they disappear. Like, gone. As if they never existed.
Never existed.
And we cut one open, and it was weird. Don't know how to explain it. Like, it was salt and peppered inside with, like, little pinpricks of light, or maybe not light. I don't know. It was weird.
Wait, slow down, Tinker. Start from the beginning. With the scrapped one and the sea and the...
Remember the person, the dead person we brought on board? The dead thing. The body?
You?
Yeah, the scrapped one.
Yeah, the scrapped one. Yeah. Well, these were in his eye sockets.
Ew.
Yes, ew. But
That's where eyes go.
you... why did I...
You would think.
Why did I think that you would actually have insight here? This is a terrible idea.
No, all right,
It does
hold on.
remind me of something, though.
Oh?
Yeah. What do you mean?
What does it remind you of?
Oh, when I was little, back in the...
I'm seeing
Where I come from.
Mm.
I saw Josie's eyes dip between you know those old eater's eyes looking between
No,
Morel
sorry,
and
that was supposed to be Hold Eater's eyes looking
yeah.
at Morel.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Where did you came from? Where did you come? You don't spare details. We're dealing with something.
I'm sorry.
And then in
When you were
primordial, Hold Eater asks, "How much can I tell him of where we come from?"
I mean, you come from the ocean. Surely you could say that.
What are you two talking? Don't talk
From
about
the
me.
ocean, when Hold Eater was little.
When I was a
Tinker
young
will remember
Leviathan.
this. That's suspicious. I'm sorry. That is. Do I have to roll an inside check? Because that is so suspicious.
I mean, I'll say you can do whatever.
You can
assumptions
absolutely
you
roll
want.
it inside check.
You can make an insight if you
Yeah,
want to
that's
have your suspicious maybe confirmed.
Absolutely rolling an inside.
Yeah.
That was. You might get away with it this time. That's a 14.
14.
I mean, Merle's not lying.
She's not lying.
She's not lying.
She's definitely hiding information, but she's
Yeah.
also
Not the full
doing like,
truth.
we're hurrying up, get to
Yeah,
the
like,
important parts.
we're hurrying it up, but we're
Tinker's-
not lying.
But if
Tinker-
Tinker wants to assume that they are being sus about it,
Oh, it's so
about their
sus.
omissions,
Oh.
His eyes have narrowed. He's like, fine, continue.
We'll
From
get
the
there.
ocean.
There are places we're not allowed to go until we're big, because there are things that eat light. And they... I don't know how to explain it, but that worm certainly looks like what we were described. The long tendrily things with long tendrils. And they eat light.
Are they each a creature, or are they do they work as one?
That I don't know. I do remember where they came from.
Oh?
According to the bedtime stories. They fell out of the hole in the sky.
Which means
Fuck.
if they fell out of the hole, that means they're above the sky, which means
Yeah.
what Trish saw was...
Uh,
Oh gosh, what she saw was true.
are you more upset? You're more upset that Trish was right, aren't
What
you?
was happening down there?
Maybe. I don't know anymore.
So at this point, you could probably smell fire because Trish has started the stove.
Stove. He started the stove. He
Oh,
might be
stove.
cooking.
Okay. Yeah, we're cooking. Let him cook. I mean,
What is Forrest doing? Because Forrest and Vanya are still in
Stopping
the
a
room.
forest fire?
Yeah, stopping Trish from setting fire to the fucking boat is what it is. What Forrest is doing.
We have a stove. Obviously,
Yeah, he's lit the stove.
the stove.
that's a normal thing on a boat. You can
I
lit
don't
the
want
stove
to cook
without it
worms in a
burning.
stove, but you know what?
Let's-
We have to cook in
yeah.
that.
Trish, let's just wait for Tinker. He's the smart one. To figure out what we
Trish
need
sort
to
of
do.
turns her
Curse the
head up
rest of
there.
us. He's the
He's like,
smart
hang
one.
on.
No.
But he is.
I've read a lot of books for us.
Does that make you smart?
Well, sorta. I've had to do training. I was in classes. I'm well educated.
I don't know what any of those words mean, Trish.
No. Well educated, huh?
He's so dumbfounded by that response. She's got nothing to say back in response. She sort of goes, well, not to point it out, but isn't that the point that I'm a bit more smart like Tinker? If I know these sort of top words.
Maybe. No, but Tinker makes things. I think
You know
you've
what?
got to be
Fine.
pretty
Tinker
smart
could
to
figure
do
out
that.
how to fix these things. And she stops the stove and she's like, yeah, Tinker is a really smart boy. Tinker! Tinker!
I'm just saying, usually setting fire to things can have do things you don't want.
But what if this is what I do want to do?
But it might not be the best thing to do.
Well,
Let's-
we gotta
let's-
destroy them somehow, though.
They're already
At
dead.
this
I'm
point,
pretty
Vanya
sure.
will yell out, I think we have a problem. And maybe, or we have less of a problem.
They're all gone.
No.
Go runs back into the other.
Yeah, we're running
Yeah.
back down.
What is
yeah.
it, Vanya?
Yep.
Vanya just points, and some of the worms in the beakers are actively starting to just, like, dematerialize.
So is there still worms in the head? Did you guys get them all out? No.
We got-
No, we got them all.
Yeah, they've got them all
Yeah,
out.
we got all, yeah.
I really want to do an
It's
Arcana check to see what happens when they dematerialize.
But the thing is closed. Where are they going?
Tinker, no, actually, Tinker, do you have a really dark spot?
Yes?
What if we grab one of these guys with in the tube thingies and we'll go put them in a dark spot, see if they stay alive that way. Maybe it's the light that's killing them.
Tinker puts one of the beakers into the folds of his
Hmm,
clothing.
that's a choice. Okay. It's a choice.
I'm assuming most of these containers are
In the
closed.
containers.
Oh, yeah, they're-
yeah, yeah.
very
Well,
close.
I just don't
Yeah,
trust
yeah,
them.
yeah.
What if they like break out with their little chisels?
I don't know, like,
They got chisels.
I don't
I think we
know.
would have
Josie, they
sealed
could
all
have
these
anything.
containers, these little salmon
pockets,
containers,
man.
right?
If we go by the assumption that all of the containers are sealed,
Yeah.
it becomes apparent after a few minutes, but not like immediately, like over the next 15-20 minutes. Also, because you're all smart people in your own ways. Definitely.
I've read books, okay?
You've read books, okay. The ones in the glass containers are dematerializing. The ones in the glass containers with the most amount of worms, there's just a fine, almost liquid fine, like, powder at the bottom.
oh, so they're just turning into like
Light.
Powder?
Or powder.
His-
Wait, powder? Powder. Okay, hold on.
I'm just saying, like, assume that there was like, let's say a volume
It's not
of.
completely without a trace.
Yeah, there's definitely something.
It's just
Can
like
we?
a single one leaves practically no trace, but let's say there were
All of
50 or
them.
60 of them in one container. They left like a pinch worth.
Tinker would then, after noticing that, would then.
But the
sort of-
one you hide under your coat is a lot less dematerialized than the others.
So it is the light. Tinker would take all of the containers and sort of tip them into each other so that
You're
like
trying to, like-
gather
Consolidate
all
the.
of it,
Yeah.
so that they might have a visible pile or whatever this is, if that's possible.
So
Just so
light
all the residue is together.
Yes.
does not
yeah.
agree with them. Then it makes sense they would come from the deep.
It would also make sense why the scrapped one wore this helmet and mask combo. Never took it off, always was in darkness. Kept him alive.
Oh, that's interesting.
Holding
So-
did say they came from the sky, though, so Trish might actually be right.
No, hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. I was right about them coming from the sky.
Possibly.
I was right about, being the lights killing them.
Yes, I found the evidence that supported all your statements. If you state a statement without any evidence backing it up, I'm going to question it until we find the evidence.
That sounded very smart.
Rich is so like it.
Wow.
Well,
Is Tinker wrong? I don't think he is.
Happy Woman Day.
Oh god, I can't.
I love that. Love that.
Church experiencing the true experience right now.
Can't believe it. I'm gonna just, for anyone who didn't know, yesterday Cuddly and I were streaming on International Women's Day. Orb comes into chat, says Happy Woman Day, and then join our gaming
It was
squad.
the best thing. So that's where Happy Woman Day came from.
Happy Woman Day.
But I just feel like you just painted Tinker in a very awkward light.
No, it just worked out. So.
That's just,
But it makes Tinker's thinking like a scientist. I get it. And any scientist
and
would
Trish
say
is
that.
experiencing, some feelings.
Invalidation.
Not that I didn't believe you, Trish. It's just that
It's just that you were hysterical.
you.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's just like you are emotionally smart.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna make Ozzy
sorry.
cry. Oh my god.
Is this a
Sorry.
part where we
I'm done.
mentioned that she's very mature for her age?
There's part of me that wants to argue back as Tinker because
Oh yeah, dig.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
you got the shovel.
No, I'm sorry.
You said
Yeah.
you saw something when you tried to read a deity's mind. How do I not take that as a possible hallucination?
Look, I thought it was that at the time too. But
But when you saw this worm, it then gave you evidence to think that it was real. Yes?
yes.
But I did not have evidence. But after talking to Holdita, after seeing what's happened here, yes, I'm
So you
beginning
needed to
believe
get a second opinion.
Oh my gosh!
Look,
Do you want me to figure this out or not? I could just leave. I feel like you're not appreciating the amount of lengths I'm going to try and figure this out.
No, I think we all need to feel validated here.
It's not about validation! It's about solving what this is!
Okay, so what is it?
I don't know!
it's probably what you saw in your vision. Fell through the sky, I suppose. And now, I imagine lives in the deep. I don't know. There, I made it up.
So what? Well, I think we got to think back. So, what's his name again? Q, right?
Wait, Hold
He
on.
was a warrior who died.
Can I do a history check?
He's
I know.
cuddling- Oh no, Omena, what have you done? What are you trying to figure out?
I just wanted to know if I remembered the bedtime stories and where the Leviathans were not allowed to go.
Okay, I'm gonna say this was
Not for me.
not
Not
necessarily
not
a
little.
bedtime story you were told. With that
Okay,
history,
never mind.
check, though,
That's
a
okay. No,
great
that's
history
okay.
check. No. I'm
Okay,
gonna give
okay.
you some
give it-
adjacent information.
I love it.
You were told when you were little
Mhm.
to not go swimming in the dark.
Oh, okay.
To not
That's
go
concerning.
swimming, and that did not pertain to like, oh, this is just like where light doesn't reach. There were parts of the ocean that are just dark. Like even if you try to light
The Shadowlands.
something, a light doesn't travel far enough. Do you know about Pearl and Bead, which are two underwater mines?
Okay.
Where it's very, very dangerous to go.
Okay.
Where a lot of like luxury goods are mined, expensive
Okay.
things, but it's a very dangerous place.
Mhm.
And while that is, most people are like, but it's just water. Yes, but light doesn't seem to
Permeate
have.
there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like something in the water just eats the light.
Okay. You know what? We're all friends here, right? I won't tell you a snippet. Morel will very carefully. I don't remember what the last sentence was. I'm sorry. I wanted to roll and I forgot where the conversation was going. But if the conversation lulls at all, Morel will say, "When I was growing up, we were warned about dark areas of the ocean. I'm sure a lot of people thought it was just a tale, but maybe it had some truth to it. Where light does not reach."
There's a lot of strange places in this world.
I mean, we're on a boat that literally has a giant mouth as an engine, so yeah. I mean, anything's really possible.
You know there's a burning tree?
Really?
Aye, it burns forever apparently.
Is it alive?
Aye.
Does it hurt?
I don't know. I didn't climb it.
No. I meant, does it hurt the tree?
I think it's its natural state, maybe. Like, it's a fire that didn't burn.
I would like to see it. Someday.
Well, if I ever figure out how to get back there, I'll show you
How
sometime.
is what is... Hold on. Fire tree? No. Disappearing worms, yes.
I mean, do you
Forgive
see
us for having a
like
moment.
Thor's wooden sword lights on fire nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, disappearing worms. Oh, you were pouring everything into each other. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I made a roll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Condensing
anyone else
our
want to lick
worm
it?
debris.
Kind of
Worm
lick it.
debris.
Please do not snort it or lick it. It
I didn't
can't
say
be
snort.
good.
I said lick.
I
What-
just assumed
No.
you would do something.
It's probably... I probably wouldn't do that.
You learn so much.
Trish, this might be the best we can do for now, but if you were to study it, and she looks at Tinker and Vanya, we could find how to destroy it, perhaps?
She sort of... She's pondering for a second. Yeah, I guess we could study it. I could probably even ask some help from home. I could send a letter or two and see
Whoa,
what
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
response
whoa,
is.
whoa, whoa. The letters you're sending her home. Are you saying that you're traveling with me?
You might have come up in one of them.
And I'm currently being targeted by the Traceless.
Well, this is before the Traceless was even involved.
So if you send another letter that is talking about us in our current situation,
God dang it. Stupid ass Traceless.
no more letters!
That actually makes you could see her whole demeanor gets very sad because it was a very important thing that she enjoyed doing.
Or say I ran away or something, and then you can send your letters all you want.
M-
In fact, tell them I
maybe-
ran away.
What if we report that you've already been killed by the Traceless?
Oh, they won't believe that. No, they won't believe that at all.
What if we report that that you left the? No, never mind.
It's alright. Well, you don't. I won't write any letters home for now.
Vanya will ask, like, very carefully. Like, she's like, okay, I'm not part of this conversation. But I feel like it's important.
Yeah.
She'll ask, did we ever figure out what the Traceless are? Besides, and looks towards Tinker. Besides, very good at their job.
Hmm.
I think he said they're killers, right?
What, they could be anyone? Was that right?
They're assassins, yes. They are one of the best assassins ever known. They can look
Well,
like
I've never
us.
heard of them.
That's how good they are.
That's the point.
That's-
If you're the best at, killing people, you probably don't want people to know about you, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but how come you seem to know about them? I'm sorry, I'll step back.
No, I'm curious.
I mean, I
too.
feel like it has something to do with the, and Tinker would, point to his nose, his tail.
Oh,
Holes.
it's a wormkin thing. Okay.
So they are wormkin, but they can look like anyone.
And
Well-
then Tinker will then point to Trish.
Which Trish will then removes her amulet and sort of goes like, yes,
The
it's,
writing's kind of on the wall.
they could look like any of us.
So they will most likely be a ray. Wait, was that right?
Well-
Ray? Yeah, Ray.
Well, to a degree, yes. They have known to hire people in the past that haven't been from us, but
I'm just wondering if we could show your amulet to Hold Eater so that they can get a better feel of what to look out for.
is all amulets the same? Percy?
No, you know for a fact that they are usually you pick them yourself and they get
Yeah.
expanded.
That's what I thought. Like,
Because the one that Nyla had just looked like a silver
Yeah.
screw.
Okay.
so yeah,
So you are all quirky and unique? That's not helpful.
yeah, they're all different. So mine
I see.
looks this way because it's what I like. I'm not going to go too much into that, but
No, that I just meant
like
if
King
they
Shan,
felt the
it's
same.
yes, and she sort of puts it back on, but this time she's actually not putting on a disguise or such. She's going to just keep her normal.
Wear it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, the traceless people we definitely don't want to deal with right now.
While we're dealing with light-eating godworms.
Hang on. Tinker. What if we illegally got you an amulet?
I don't want to look any different.
Oh, for your own safety though.
People underestimate me more when I look like this than if I look like anything else.
Okay.
No, I'm being honest here. How many times has someone looked at me and gone, look at the little guy, he can't do shit. Then it's Trump City.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you are a very smart and very strong and very cunning little guy. But these
I'm not
are,
strong. It's the gauntlets. They make me strong.
but these are trained assassins, and I don't know. I've seen you try to hide too much. So,
Well, how do I prove my point if I hide?
well, we kind of have to at the moment, Tinker. You can't, go up against these guys just now.
Look, that's not the problem right now. The problem is, I'm going to keep a hold of this, and Tinker will point at the residue. And maybe at some point we might run into someone who might know more about this than us. But we should probably be careful about who we talk to about these.
I agree.
I don't think anyone's really gonna like it if we start running around talking about worms that consume light.
That fell from the sky.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
As
weird.
you as
Secret
you say
eye
that,
worms.
you look down at the one container where you tried to put as many worms as you could fit.
Oh no.
And while you've been talking, Vanya has been like filling in more worms as they've been like
Absolutely love
Yeah.
that.
disapparating.
Vanya,
Yeah.
champion.
And there's a very, very faint, full layer of this dust at the bottom. And it's also a fully circumferential shadow around the beaker.
It is absorbing the light. Whatever it is, it's still absorbing the light. Oh, that is very interesting.
Isn't that something?
Morel, do me a favor. Can you cast that light spell again?
Mhm.
And then move it close to the beacon.
Yes. And she will.
She will. As you move it close, when the light enters the shadow, it is diminished. It is not completely fully neutralized, but it is definitely diminished.
It must be the skin or whatever worms have.
I'm beginning to wonder if those little pinpricks or whatever it is that's inside the worms, that's what's remaining here.
The light that they ate.
Or, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's poop.
It could be forest. It could be
It's kidney stone.
light poop.
I mean,
Like worm
I can
poop.
rule out poop very easily if I just put a bit in my mouth.
Do not put. Why?
Don't know
Why
if
would
you.
you? Please don't lick the light worms. Or what is
I
left
can
of
then
them.
absorb light.
I mean, for science, we should test this.
I don't
It
know
would
if
then
that's how
hide
that
me
works.
from the traceless pretty well.
we
don't you
should
think?
test this.
No. You know what? Perish the thought. That's very silly, actually. But
Perish the thought. Perish the thought.
No, he should definitely not lick the poop.
it might not be poop.
It,
Just putting it out there. It might not
Welcome
be
in,
poop.
Raiders. It might not be poop.
hello, it might not be poop. Just so you know.
But anyway, I will keep a hold of this, put it in my tiny bag.
In your
Actually, when you get something out of the bag of holding, you've got to visualize in your mind what you're taking out.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta know what you're looking
Can you
for.
visualize
So
this?
does that mean Tinker's got to visualize beaker filled with questionable material residue from
Well,
worms
you could
that...
visualize just the beaker
Just a
itself.
picture of it in your
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
What if it just what if it just what if it somehow consumes the bay? I'm just worried we're gonna blow up the universe. I don't know.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Okay, well do it. Let's do it.
And so ended the adventure.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next year.
Oh god. Give us
Jersey
a
is
couple
making you
months
whole
to
new
figure out the next
universe.
Perfect
campaign.
sphere hollowed out of the middle of the ship. Yeah.
Oh god.
Josie accidentally gave us the one thing that could destroy
Worse
the
than a
universe.
deck
Would
of
you
cards.
say? Oh, hold on. Would you say this is also apocalypse in a bottle?
Oh my!
Oh, I would say
Not as
we opened a
much.
can of worms for sure.
Well,
Nice.
no. But yeah, this residue seems to block light. Like
Crazy. Anyway, I feel like there's one thing we could probably do. We should put this, and he points to the worms, or the residue, out of our mind, and maybe give the scrapped one a bit of, maybe a send-off?
Right.
I
I'll
think
just.
I think we should bury him.
All right.
I didn't want to put him in the sea.
It's your call.
Please belong
Alright.
in the ground.
In that case, he can chill in your room.
Do we wrap him in his cloak? I think without the armor, he'll fit in it.
Tinker would put the helmet back on, though.
Hmm.
That feels right. Just putting it out there.
All right. Yeah, I'll wrap him
Yes.
up in his cloak then.
And
He is, Forrest, you carried him at his full, so to speak, and he's oddly small without his armor. Still big, still taller than everyone else in the group. But small compared to the man he once was.
Or the bulk of the armor.
Yeah. While carrying him, you also see the various stunts, the scars, not only from the fire, but where the armor was bolted into his body. Start picking out the various places where there's just almost petrified wood, where these attachments were affixed to him once upon a time.
I will, once he's all wrapped up, I'll just put him in the little forward hold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I suppose that's that.
I'll say this is not what I expected.
I thought you would get some armor and we would leave it at that.
What do we do with the armor?
I suppose Tinker probably wants to tinker with it.
I mean, I could. I don't know really what I would. Yeah, I suppose.
May I have a piece?
You know what? I'm feeling generous. Take 2.
I would not want to impose on your generosity.
You better not, otherwise I'll take it back down to 1.
Oh shit, the One Piece.
The One
Was
Piece.
wrong.
I just want
Found
to
it.
show it to Hold Eater.
We didn't have to sell power at all.
If it's something that could help. We do need
Sure.
armor, after all.
I suppose it was less armor and more
It
just,
wasn't-
like metal bolted onto him, wasn't it? So
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like what's inside, like on that little inside layer. Was
Yeah.
it like the little...
It has been treated by something on the inside, but it is still a lot of metal. And as Vanya has mentioned, like, you don't have a forge on board. It's still good quality metal,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
but
Like-
you don't really have the tools to do much with it currently.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's something
Could
maybe
be-
I could do.
Bring it to the ship! No,
I
I'm
think
kidding.
it could be
Yeah,
worth.
You can still do things. I'm just saying you don't have a forge to like melt it down and rework it to something completely different.
No, but Tinker does have one
But you
more
are very
little
handy.
idea. Yeah, he
I think
can,
it could be worth investigating the treatment a bit more,
Yeah.
in case that's something we could reverse engineer and figure out what it did, or if it could be useful to us.
I think Morel would not take big pieces, by the way. Like, she would just take, whatever,
Okay, whatever you want.
little scraps,
Yeah.
if you will, from the scrapped one. Yep.
Scraps, scraps.
Okay, so Mirella's grabbing 2 pieces.
Tinker, can you help me for a moment?
With what?
And she hands you one of the pieces and just like, gestures to follow her.
Okay. Digging forward.
Vanya asks, "Is it okay if I have a piece?"
Yeah, sure. Knock yourself out.
And then she, like, as the two of you leave, she turns to Forrest. He didn't say how big of a piece.
Takes the chest plate.
How big a piece do you want?
Well, Forrest, if you would be so generous, would you break the piece off for me, and I will simply say that this is what Forrest gave me. And I'll take whatever you give me.
Sure. I guess.
She's making herself, like,
Oh.
avails to...
Yeah.
What do you want it for?
I was going to do some testing, maybe build a little something.
How much do you need?
Why don't you give me the amount you feel I should have?
Going.
This is gonna backfire.
Kind of like gonna give her a piece that's kind of like the size of her palm.
Of her palm? She'll take it to say, "Thank you, Forrest."
That's alright. I don't know anything about building metal things, but hopefully that's enough.
You know how to build other things?
I know a little bit. I made this sword.
It's a very good sword.
Thank
Did you carve it?
Not exactly. It didn't really work like that.
How do you mean?
Well, if you have a good stick, like this one, you know what it should be for. So you
Yes.
use it like that, and you ken what it does, and you slowly make it what it is.
I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
She just palms the piece of metal and says, "Alright. Okay. I will have more questions."
Oh shit! I can tell you what I know if you like. I didn't know a lot. I'm not as good as Eobard, but I picked up a couple of things from him.
You've talked about Eobard a few times,
Aye,
and he means a lot to you. It was your family.
that's right. He means the world to me.
And that's where we're trying to find the pirates, right?
Aye. Because apparently one of the pirates, or one of the people with the pirates, made the armor I usually wear.
Oh.
So I hoped that he might know something about the people who
But
took
that's
him or something like that. I don't
Dwarven
know.
make, isn't it?
Is it?
The armor.
Could be.
Not a lot of dwarves left Hague. But the ones that did... I never met one that left and stayed gone. I'll be curious to ask, if this person is a dwarf, I'll be curious to ask why they left.
When I left Hague,
Yeah.
well, why does anyone leave anywhere that they go?
Why did you leave your home?
To find Eobard. Why
So
did
maybe
you
they're
leave
also-
yours?
To not be murdered, I think.
That seems like a pretty good reason. Oh, that's right. His name was Bear Bar.
Berbar. Okay, yes, then it's a dwarf. That's a dwarf name.
Oh, well, there you go then.
There you go. Berbar. Berbar.
Dwarf name. Is Forrest a me name?
Forest is your name. Dwarves. Dwarves have a specific way they name their children.
Oh.
A lot of Yeah, like you met when we were in Rupert's Post. There were two dwarves. Do you remember them?
Aye, not good with names.
Their name were Gargar and Kurdor.
Oh,
Berbar,
Bear Bar.
Gargar.
Borsor?
Kernor, Borsor. Yes, that's a dwarf name.
I think
Isn't that
I get it.
that's a blacksmith? I think in back in Hague.
Yeah, I think I heard the name back there.
Yeah, but those are dwarf names. Your name? Who gave you your name?
Oh, Eobard.
I guess he figured it was your name. I don't know what. His name was Eobard.
Aye,
I don't know a
Eobard
lot.
Barclay.
Barclay.
I'm sure I asked
That
if you know
sounds
him.
like a Theronian name. Barclay.
That's right. Apparently I'm from Theronia.
She does smile a little bit, doing the whole like, that's not what it's called, but I won't correct you because you're crying.
Yeah. I love
She's
that.
like, no, he's trying. Like, I
Yeah,
understand
he's
what he
almost
means,
there.
so there's no real need to say anything.
Yeah.
And then she looks at the piece of metal. Well, thank you for this. And I'll have more questions about how you made the stick into a sword.
Oh, I'd be more than happy to tell you all about sticks.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to know what's happening with Tinker and Mirel.
Oh, I've got the perfect cliffhanger for you, Josie.
Oh.
All right. Morel, when they get up to the top deck, turns to Tinker and goes, I know the Traceless are after you, and I know you don't look scared, but you might be. And I don't know much about them or what they respect. But if it would help, I can give you the protection of the Free Sedum.
What type of protection?
What type do you need?
I need a lot of things. Start with a bigger cannon. We could probably maybe. A better bed. I can definitely get protection from that crick in my neck when I wake up.
Ah,
in the
yes,
morning.
the Free
That's-
Sedum,
yeah,
the famous manufacturer of mattresses.
Yes. And then I could also do. Honestly, do you know anyone who knows anything about like lubricating scales? Because I've got this dry patch right over here. And then he sort of drops the facade and goes, "Thank you, Morel. Let's just see how things work out."
All right.
As Tinker and Mirel has that
I could use
conversation,
new shoes.
you look down at his now very rusty spring step slops.
Oh, you really could.
As having spoken about the protection of the free seed of your own. An air of authority you had maybe not expected to have comes upon you. There's a feeling your feet can tell, but Hold Eater, if he was able to, would be bowing his head. And that's where we're gonna end for today.
Oh shit.
So I couldn't help but make a joke out of it.
It was so good.
It was perfect. It was
It
Tinker
was so
all
good.
along.
It was Tinker, and then it was just the the sarcasm. You gave me a chance for. She never gets enough sarcasm.
The delivery on that line was just.
Yes, the famous manufacturers of mattresses.
Absolute deadpan.
Gonna get you like new shoes just as a joke now. Next stop we make, she's gonna be like,
Oh my god!
Tinker.
Can the shoes just be like tiny little mattress soles?
Whoa! Padded shoes.
Yeah.
They're just little beds.
Little bad.
Yeah.
Orthotics. Yes.
Pretty good. But yeah,
Amazing.
that's a wrap on that session.
What
And
a
very
what is
quickly
that?
say good night to Sleepy Boy.
Sleepy boy, good night.
Good night.
Good night, all of you.
Good night,
So
mysterious voice.
this has been Wet as
Stay
Dorm,
cool.
who's played Trish's motherboard. Woo!
Good night. Bye.
Night, bud.
Bye.
It's really hot where he is, so send
Yeah.
him lots of
It
cool air
is.
and
Yeah.
thoughts.
And so he told us that he moved his entire computer to the aircon.
Yeah,
But
because
who else have we had
To
with us
survive.
today?
Not me.
We've not? Okay.
Oh.
We've had Forrest with the Forrest name.
Mhm. That was beautiful.
Played by our very own Broju for our participation award.
Is Forrest a me name? Yes, sweetie. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. We got Tinker Slobbersnout, who's been played by Aussie Devro.
That's right. I'm the guy who was just offered the protection of a nation and turned it into a joke.
Yeah. I mean,
We expect nothing
also,
less.
Tinker has very little context.
Oh yeah. No, he kind of had no clue what you were talking about at all.
I love it.
And the one who offered said protection and
Yes.
didn't really get an appropriate response. More of a wish
Wish list. Yeah.
list, as if she is in fact Secret Santa.
That's
Vera,
never been this.
no
We
last
don't
name.
know her.
Last name
We don't know her real name.
Last names are for nerds.
Could be.
Don't know her.
Could be. Claus.
Maybe it's because she's a nerd. Maybe you didn't want the protection of a nerd because she might have a last name.
Yeah.
But she was in fact played by Cuddly Raptor.
Yes. Hello.
God, how are we feeling? Everyone good? It
I'm
turned
very
out. I don't want to say turned into an ER episode, but it turned into a science episode.
It was very much science. Oh, and we had Josie Poser as our beautiful and benevolent and lovely and talented
Pretty sure it
DM.
didn't happen.
I literally am looking at you right now.
It was more of a
Yeah, but that's not a
CSI
picture.
episode, I think.
Oh my God. Okay, someone-
Screenshots.
Yeah, screenshot.
He just on his
We've got
screen. His
clips.
neighbors are like, "Why is there gunfire?" He's
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So did anyone
I-
expect like
I didn't expect eye
god
worms.
worms? Because
I didn't expect
I
eye worms.
didn't have godworms on my bingo card. I
No,
admit.
no, but it makes me concerned about the moon now.
yeah, the
What do you
moon.
mean now? We've never not been concerned about the moon.
I mean, like, I'm more
I want to know
concerned.
because Cuddly wrote in chat that she had an epiphany regarding the moon, and I
You
would
want my
like you to
conspiracy
share.
theory?
Yeah,
what's your
You want my
conspiracy
conspiracy? Okay, okay.
Tell us your conspiracy
if
theory.
you're willing to listen to my conspiracy theory,
100%.
pretend I have like one of those maps behind me where I've
Oh, yeah,
attached
yeah,
lots
yeah.
of little yarns,
Yep.
as you are wont to do. So my thought is the seasons, right? We have all the different seasons of all the different goddesses.
Yeah,
Zandra's season is darkness.
it is.
Nothing
Yeah.
shines through it.
Mm-hmm.
Zandra is the
Typically,
moon
it
goddess.
reduces even dark vision is
Oh.
impacted.
Do we not think it's a giant fucking worm?
You tell me the
Zandra?
moon is just like a
Or
curled up
it's
centipede?
like the eye of whatever the giant creature is that produces the worm? worms? Like, surely they're connected. I don't know if I have the right thing,
So
but I
essentially,
feel like
you're suggesting that Xandra is the
connected these
giant worm,
light
the
worms. I don't know.
alpha
So
worm,
the
if you will.
entire world is
Alpha
just like
worm.
is just like contained within.
Oh, I
this
feel
worm,
so
is what you're
small all
saying.
of a sudden, and I still want to hurt. I don't trust the moon, and I don't trust it even more now. Do we think if it's an eyeball, we can just poke it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we
we
have
could
to
just, like-
get to the moon at some point, right?
We have to reach the moon.
You
We're
all
going. That's it.
wanna-
We're going up
you-
through the hole in the sky.
Okay,
Yeah.
here, I'm gonna ask something. Do you all want a session
Yes.
1 throwback real
Yes,
quick?
yes,
Session
yes,
one
yes.
throwback.
As the very first lore nugget, if I recall.
Josie
just
said
taking
the
my
moon
notes.
is evil. Don't trust it.
Fucking knew it.
That was the lore nugget. And we
The
just
moon is just a giant apple, and in it is a worm.
I actually have it written down here because those prophecies that I read aloud in the very
Ah.
first episode, they were important in another campaign set in the same world.
Oh.
So
Uh-oh.
at the very start of this campaign, as part of the whole intro into the world, I read aloud what is considered 2 prophecies spread apart by time and space.
Okay.
And the first one goes as following. When remnants of old cease to last, and truth revealed of world that passed, if rapture's storm gives way to light, the newborn star acquires sight. The dark forgotten inside their cage bides their time and seethe with rage. The lands inside will have to choose which of these 2 to let loose.
the moon's a cage.
And what's okay with the the lunar kin coming from the? What's that? And why do they get attracted to the moon and then they get the oil spilly crystallization going on? Surely if we look at the powder, it's going to be similar to the. I don't know. I got theories. I'm.
It's interesting.
It's cute that you think I'm going to sleep tonight because I do have early work tomorrow, and this is just really unfair to me, frankly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mims.
I
Thank you, Mims.
have to appreciate that the ad started as you read the prophecy, and
my
chat's just
God.
taken that as the feds are blocking the real knowledge about the moon.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
Nobody wants you to know about the moon, man. I'm telling you.
Do not know the truth.
You gotta know the truth.
Gotta know the
and
truth. Okay.
advertisement.
Yeah.
Do you want me to also reread the second prophecy?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Lord.
imagine that the ad that comes up is now try moon juice, the mooniest stuff that's good for your body.
We love moon juice.
Freshly squeezed moon.
I can taste the moon, Mum. Yes, you can, my child. Ah! Try moon juice today,
Instead of moo juice.
so you can grow up
Can
big
we
and
put that on a
strong.
t-shirt, please?
Try
Moon
moon
juice.
juice today.
Wait, no, screw that. We just make a juice. Label it moon juice.
Oh no.
Moo juice?
Yep.
It's just
I'm here
water.
for it.
It's just water
With worms in it.
with little specks of worm dust.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's like
Dehydrated
the
worm.
no, it's got that faint fluorescent blue, like the crystal
drink.
liquid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's literally
Okay.
just the crystal liquid.
Worms like bubble tea.
No.
Like gummy
This-
worms.
Why are you helping us?
I am a gummy worm. I am a gummy worm.
No.
Yeah, the moon is just a big wilk ball. Yeah, for sure.
What is Wilk? What?
New Monster Hunter stuff.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wilk,
We'll get
short
there. I'll
for
get there.
wyvern's milk.
Oh.
Oh, hate that. Love it.
Sorry, Josie, what was the second
Yes,
prophecy
I
before I,
want
got
the second
distracted
prophecy.
by worm milk?
You want
I mean,
the second
milk-
prophecy?
milk-
Please.
Yes, yeah.
The second prophecy is very different. In how it's structured. Extremely
Okay.
well. Second prophecy goes as follows. Sandra dies, and the moon crumbles. Her child will open their many eyes and see the world before it.
Oh, no.
Many
Love
eyes,
that.
yep.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like
Within the jagged end, kin gather to witness the open sky. Below the darkness, the others stir. But what of the broken star? Its carers, wherefore have they gone? The trembling hammer working its steel, the split freedom chained aloft, the caged weeper unable to change, the guile wanderer with secrets abundant, and the eldest, now fallen, no longer watching.
Do we think maybe the scrappers went to the hole in the sky, guys? Because I'm feeling like maybe the scrappers went to the hole in the sky.
Yeah, because just confirming for players and viewers alike who are liking lore, there is still a hole in the sky.
Yeah, it's if you once again, podcast listeners, I'm so sorry, but it's in the intro video. So
It's
you
in the
know,
intro
It is
video.
head on over to
You can see it
YouTube
on our
and look at the
YouTube
hole in the
thumbnail.
sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's a literal hole in the sky.
Yeah.
It has grown smaller in the 200-ish, no, almost 300 years since it broke open. But once upon a time, what happens was a star crashed into the sky, like broke it open, and there was a completely different, like, view on the other side. A star crashed in, it collided with the moon.
I was going to say,
split
I'm
into
scrubbing through the
pieces.
intro and I see that.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
So, yes, a star fell from the sky, it collided with the moon, it broke into several pieces. The people who found the pieces of this star were who became the Quintessence, the 5 goddesses. And then through this hole, people came as well. They are called outsiders or otherworlders. They came in, they crashed in, their various like vessels stopped functioning, and they had to make a living on this world. And over the years since, the sky has slowly been repairing itself, but it is, even in mid-daylight, if you are somewhere where you can see it, there's just an open hole, like a crack in a window, where you see just dark void of space.
I love staring into the void.
All right. So all of you,
Especially when
in
it
chat,
apparently can stare back.
It spits
everyone,
worms, according
Spits
to
worms.
what information you have been given.
yeah, forget it. Forget spitting rhymes. It spits worms.
That's
But yes, everyone in chat.
No, Pablo
Yeah.
plays an outsider in this world.
Oh, God.
Action is canonically an outsider.
Yeah.
you go.
Everyone in chat now has homework. You all now need to go to our YouTube channel and re-watch a VOD
Here,
to then watch the intro.
I gotta check. Did we actually post the intro as a separate video? Because we should. If we
Oh,
have.
we should. We should.
I don't
didn't.
know.
We did not.
We could probably do it as like a trailer, YouTube trailer, like a trailer for the channel, possibly.
We should.
Um,
We should. It should be on Twitch channel as well. We should have it.
Oh
as a
yeah, we
trailer.
definitely
But
talked about this, and we never
really
made it a thing. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Huh?
We know what we're
Wanna check?
doing.
What?
This is not things we should be talking about on Tuesday instead.
Uh huh. Yep.
That's
We're
right,
so
not this
prepared,
Tuesday.
and we're gonna make you prepared too for the end of the moon.
that's
All
true.
right.
End of the
Coming up
moon.
next, episode 40,
Right.
end of the moon.
Speaking
moon.
of
But-
the end of the moon,
Oh,
Oh, I
just
see where
just
you're going.
putting it out there, though, that it does
Uh-huh.
raise the question that the moon might not necessarily be evil either, or at least it might not be. It might be similarly as good or bad as whatever this darkness is, and they could just be two sides of the same coin.
Wait.
Even
I'm
I
loving this. This
have a
is
question.
Great.
I have,
Oh
I think,
my
the
God.
ultimate question, and I'm really sorry. I do think, okay,
yes, we will
would
throw a
you
train at the moon.
still
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
Mirel
trains are
if
canonically
she
this
was
one.
an eye worm?
What was that? Sorry.
Would you still love Mirel if she was an eye worm?
I gotta go to bed. I
my
got work
God.
in the morning.
Oh my
and
God.
I don't
Would it be
really.
my
I
eye worm or someone else's eye worm?
Look, I don't think it's your eye worm.
I will say having just one won't do you any good.
Ah,
Are you calling me not a good enough eye worm?
yeah. You know, because you're so small, Cuddly. All right.
so
You
tiny
can't
by
do it
yourself.
This backfired. It was supposed to be so funny.
Can I
And then you
share
made it
a,
funnier.
Can I share
Okay.
another like DM behind the scenes moment, or are we
I
trying
wish
to
you
close this really
would.
quick?
You may.
Yes.
The idea behind because I have a lot of things for this campaign was pre-planned since aeons ago, basically. And in this process, I was like, okay, I need cool things. I need things. I need to do a smart thing. And so these eye worms, as you call them, the concept behind them is that I wanted to interchange sensors, like as in like your senses, how you sense things. So they see by feeling, and that's where that sort of like prickly sensation comes from, because they are in a way touching you in order to then feed information to your like visual cord, like part of the brain.
That's really
and
cool.
That's like, I don't know, I just wanted to like, how do I try to create a reasonable enough representation of like sort of synesthesia?
Yeah, I
Right.
gotcha. Yeah.
It's like,
So it's like seeing through feeling, but it also does create an image.
Yeah.
And like it makes sense with, I mean, it's almost
And
like they
also, like,
consume
if
the
they're-
light
if-
to like
Yeah,
figure
like,
out
and
what.
if they're in somewhere where light doesn't exist, how would they see, since they don't see with light? They see by feeling.
you just reminded me of something from a previous session, actually, where you said specifically to Morel, in regards to the feeling that the scrapped one gave her when he was looking at her, that she had felt that exact sensation before from one specific person she knew.
Yeah.
Which
boy.
means they also have worm eyes.
Oh boy! And you think
Whoever
she
that
maybe
is.
thinks that now? She's like, I fucking knew it.
I don't know who that person is in your
Oh, wouldn't you
lore,
like to
but
know?
like,
That's such a shame.
but
You
that
should-
means
you
Morel
should tell
knows
the
a
code
worm-eyed
name.
person.
We have a code name for this person. Do you want to share the code name or not?
I would like you to share the code name, actually.
The person is called Mr. Fake Fish.
Mr. Fake Fish.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a great
That's what
code name.
Dudley and I will say, like, oh, Mr. Fake Fish.
If we're really mad, we'll be like, fake fish, bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that has
in all
implications.
seriousness,
You do have work
I
in
do
tomorrow.
have work in.
You
I have to wake up in
Me
5
too.
hours. So
I was
Oh,
so
boy.
happy for this session because it was a big part of like the campaign lore launch was when you actually got to this bit, because this unlocks a lot of the like, it ties together a lot of breadcrumbs I've left. Like, trails are now tied together, and there's
I like it.
this is gonna be a
Interesting.
thing. This is part of the thing.
now there's a
And
missing.
I've got the perfect person to raid who's playing once human. Because I just feel like it's very fitting right now.
It
Kind
is.
of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose everyone.
We are gonna name this episode "Eye Worms," by the way.
Excellent.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Hi, worms, you worms, we all
But
worms.
more like in shit. Oh, I see where
Oh.
we're going. That's
Oh.
a great choice. That's a great choice.
Yeah. All right.
Send us.
Fantastic. I'm sending.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here, everyone. We will
And
yes.
see you.
We'll
Next
send
week.
it.
And everyone who has one tomorrow, enjoy your public holiday.
Oh shit!
Please do.
Well, enjoy.
Have fun.
Bye,
I'm working.
everybody. You're all
Bye.
beautiful. You're all lovely.
Good night.